you, the voice of the beat.
You know what I won't
blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your wow. Lift it up.
Good Monday morning. How are you guys doing today? Come on in. Get the likes up on the video. Good morning, good Monday morning. Good Diddy trial Monday morning. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all come on in here. Get the likes up, honey. Come on in and get the likes up. We got a little show going on. Did I leave my pad? I left my pad. I'll get it though. But yes, we have a show going on. We're going to be discussing the Diddy trial week 2. Today is the top of the week, Monday. And we have Dawn Richard, a.k.a. Dawn Richard. I don't know what Dawn got going on, but Dawn up there messing up the case for Cassie too. We're going to get into that. Y'all get in here and get the likes up on the video. We also have a few other things that I wanted to hit y'all with. Hold on one second. I could look at the title right here. I also got the Mexican sailboat crash in New York. Heavy boot people, what's going on? Did y'all go down there and check the bridge? Wasn't it in New York? Somewhere like that. Angel Reese got into it with Caitlyn Clark, and this is more just of them trying to start this whole racial war thing that's about to pop off. Then we're going to talk about 11 New Orleans inmates escape from prison, well, from jail. And them fools is right downtown on Bourbon Street. Girl, listen, I told y'all this a long time ago. I said, listen, when black people run from the police or they escape or they on the run, they don't be having nowhere to go. On the run for black people be around the corner. I told y'all that long times ago. And these New Orleans inmates that done came and escaped from prison and went on Bourbon Street. You see what I'm saying? Mind you, New Orleans is 15 minutes long. So if them fools went on Bourbon Street, then that goes to show you what kind of equipment these dudes is using to hide. Okay? We gonna get into it. Don't worry about it. We gonna get into them fools. Joe Biden done got diagnosed with the cancer, girl. We gonna get into it. Trump around here telling peoples that he want to investigate scam and all that money she spent on all them doggone celebrities to perform at her show. I mean, her campaign and all those things of that nature. And we got a few honorable mentions, obviously, that we're going to get into. But I need y'all to go on in here, get in here and get the likes up on the video. Are y'all up to date on this Cassie thing? Are y'all up to date on the Cassie trial? Because Dawn is on there and it's not looking great. It could look better. Dawn done flew all the way to New Orleans or from New Orleans for all of this, girl. We gonna get into it. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Before we get on into the show, y'all know I likes to start me with a good old nasty honorable mention. Hey, if y'all didn't know, I did go on the Dollhouse yesterday and we did do an open panel. I'm thinking I'm gonna do that every Sunday, open panel on this Diddy trial just to see what you guys think about it and how y'all feel about the whole situation. So I'm thinking about doing that. So we'll see. Let's start with the first honorable mention, Tory Lanez. Okay. Now I heard that they got over 300,000 signatures on this Tory Lanez petition to get him up out of there. But as of this post, it says over 250,000. But it says Tory Lanez has had the #1 trending petition on change.org for the last 3 days, demanding the governor to pardon him. He has received lots of reports from industry, including folks like Drake, Amber Rose, Ty Dolla $ign, and more. His petition has now crossed over 250,000 signatures, right? So Let me start by saying this. This is Drake saying at Tory Lanez, come home soon. Be careful. The last nigga said that was in jail the next day. And I'm talking about Chris Brown. A Boogie, he shared the link. Who else? This is the thing. It was a lot of people shared the link to get this dude out of jail. And let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna be completely honest. When all this stuff popped off, a lot of people in the industry was on Tory's side. Let's really be clear about it. Y'all bullied them people in the industry to either shut up or to act like they on Meg's side. I've been saying this from day one. I think the people in the industry know something that we don't. I've been saying this since day one. I believe the people in the industry has always known and knows something that we don't. Because for people to really come out vocally and back Tory, especially during a time where everybody hated him, that said a lot. And he had big name people supporting him. This wasn't just no random regular schmegulars, okay? I've always said that maybe they know some behind the scenes teas that we don't know, but ultimately the petition is rising, baby. Yes, ma'am. The petition is rising. The people want Tory home. They say free him till it's backwards. They're trying to get the governor to pardon him. I don't see how that's gonna happen. And the only reason I'm saying that is because it's Tory Lanez. Like, you know what I mean? If it was somebody else, maybe, but it's Tory Lanez, and this is Meg, and this is California, and this is a left state where Meg is covered by Rock Nation, and, wooty, wham, wham. I also want to show y'all this really quickly. This guy from Fox News, I think he's from, said he has been covering the case, and he found a lot of inconsistencies with the whole situation. I found a crap ton of inconsistencies when it first popped off. It says Fox News commentator Gianno Caldwell revealed that Tory Lanez was recently stabbed while in custody following what he describes as a wrongful conviction led by former Los Angeles District Attorney George Gascon. It says Caldwell also expressed gratitude to Drake for sharing the Free Tory petition with his 140 million followers, helping it surpass 300,000 signatures as supporters called on Governor Gavin Newsom to intervene. Let's get into what he had to say. Oh, sorry. I thought I unmuted it. 1 second.
Currently recovering after being stabbed in prison. The attack occurred after the New York Post made contact with Megan Thee Stallion's team regarding the op-ed that I was working on with them, and Lanez was then stabbed days later. But his representatives claims that Megan's ex-best friend, Kelsey Harris, is the one responsible for the shooting. Now, I've been looking into this case for almost 6 months now. I immediately learned that George Gascon, the George Soros-funded prosecutor, railroaded Tory Lanez. And I've been actively working on the story. And this has been something that has been quite a movement. I did a petition with the Caldwell Institute for Public Safety at caldwellinstitute.org, where artists like Drake has encouraged his more than 140 million followers to sign this petition. We put it up on Wednesday. We're at almost 300,000 signatures today that advocate for the governor of California to intervene on this and pardon him, because I believe he was really railroaded. The artist known as Tory.
So this is a guy who looked at the situation. He came on and was like, yo, after my investigation, he was railroaded and they need to free him. Again, I don't see Governor Gavin Newsom freeing Tory. I just don't. It's too politically heavy over there on that California scene. However, more eyes are being put on it. So the petition, they say, is going crazy. If y'all want to support, go over there and support. I won't be signing, because I don't care that much. Ultimately, if you would like to support, go support, okay? But the people is working night and day to get Tory free, okay? Now, I wanted to show y'all something else as well. Hold on 1 second. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Sorry. Get the likes up on the video. So there was this clear guy who ran into this fertility clinic, right? And this taught me about uneducation or miseducation. This is what this situation taught me about. So this is what happened. This clear man ran into a fertility clinic. Obviously, I want to say he was arrested. Let me just read the headline and I'm going to tell you what I think about it. Then we're going to get into the video. 25-year-old suspect unalives himself and injures 4 others in Palm Springs IVF clinic bombing. Man reportedly described himself as anti-life and against bringing people into the world against their will. Focus on that last part. Against bringing people into the world against their will, okay? Peep that part. It says, neighbors, what is going on? 25-year-old pro mortalis Guy Edwards Bartkus has been identified as the person who, behind the bombing of a Palm Springs fertility clinic. According to reports, Bartkus detonated a bomb inside his vehicle outside of American Reproductive Centers, a facility that performs IVF treatments and stores eggs. In writings obtained by authorities, Bartkus described himself as a pro-mortalist, stating he was against bringing people into the world without their consent in order to spare them from suffering. He also reportedly claimed that workers in the IVF centers deserve to be harmed due to their involvement in the reproductive process. Fortunately, no eggs were destroyed in the bombing. Following the incident, FBI agents swarmed his home and temporarily declared it a blast zone out of fear that more explosives might be present, though nothing was found. Police say this was clearly a targeted attack. Y'all, this is too much. What are your thoughts? Let's get into the little breaking news show. The people on here talking, girl. Let's get into it.
With breaking news right now in what the FBI is calling a terrorist bombing at a Palm Springs fertility clinic.
We now have the suspect's ID, so we're going to send it out to KCAL News reporter Elise Martinez live outside the Palm Springs Hospital, where some of the patients were taken. Elise, can you tell us more?
Hi, we had to move locations. We are on the other side of the crime scene, but we do have new information for you this morning. According to 2 law enforcement sources familiar with the investigation, we have identified the suspect as 25-year-old Guy Edward Bartkus. He's a resident of 29 Palms. It's home to a large marine base about an hour's drive from Palm Springs. We've also learned that the suspect stated in writings or recordings that he was against bringing people into the world against their will. That's also according to the sources familiar with this investigation. The bomb has been identified as a large vehicle-borne improvised explosive device. And as we've been reporting throughout the morning, its blast could be felt more than a mile away from the blast zone. Investigators have also searched the suspect's residence, those sources telling us as well. And the bomb targeting the American Reproductive Center here in Palm Springs, the director.
I don't know why it's buffering, you guys.
Director of the lab says it's an IVF lab that helps with fertility treatments. He says buildings were down.
Let me pause it. Give it a little time to catch up. Let me say this. This is the same way they tricked us with the with family. What do you call it? Family planning? Is that what it's called? This is the same way they tricked us with that. Check.
Damaged, but staff and embryos survived the blast. But again, the suspect has been identified as 25-year-old Guy Edward Bartkus. He's a resident of 29 Palms. And again, that's about an hour's drive from this crime scene. Again, there is a press conference.
Now I heard his daddy or one of his parents is military. So now I'm wondering how he got a hold to stuff to make an IEP. You feel me?
Conference set for 10 a.m. We're expected to learn more about this person.
Ain't no more need to be said. This is what I want to know. I heard one of his parents or both of his parents are military. What I would like to know is how did he get a hold of anything to make him T. Roberts, it is military. It is. But what I want to know is how you get a hold of the stuff to make an explosive device, an IEP. This is stuff they use for war. Okay. Now, what I was trying to say to you guys is it's a play. They're playing with you. This is the same thing they did with Planned Parenthood. That's the name of it. Planned Parenthood. Yes, Planned Parenthood provides women with STI, STD control, cures for stuff like that, birth control. Yes, it does. But family planning's biggest reason for being here is for abortions. That's the same thing with these IVF clinics. Yes, the IVF clinics do allow you to do IVF. It allows you to help you with your fertility and things of that nature. But these clinics allegedly also create what we call test tube babies and or humans with spirits. Humans who don't have souls. They are creating people. So when this guy says bringing people into the world that don't want to be here, he's not talking about the natural way in which you go about doing things. That's not what he's talking about. He's not even talking about people who take their own egg and their own, sperm and make a baby. That's not who he's talking about. He's talking about those people in that clinic who are literally creating people. Because that happens at all of your IVF clinics, allegedly. Yeah, Clone Factory. Yeah, Parish. Yes, this is what he was protesting against. You see what I'm saying? See, this is the same, and I brought up Planned Parenthood because this is the same thing. Planned Parenthood does do good for some Black women. It does do some good. Yes. It provides us with birth control. Yes. If we need to get Medicaid to have our baby, yes, they provide that. If we need any type of counseling, condoms, yes, it provides all those great things. But those things are to mask what it really is there for. It's for abortions. They getting so desperate with the clears, they starting to clone them. I need y'all to understand that. We talked about this. We spoke about, remember, Bebe's kids. Robin Harrison made the funny line test tube baby. It was in all of the movies. It was in some songs. They talked about this long before it happened. It's just that clear people feel like, just go ahead on and commit suicide and go ahead on and blow the whole thing up. My whole thing is it would have been smarter, dummy, to the young man. Well, he gone. But it would have been smarter if he would have set a few bombs. You feel me? Because that's just one clinic out of how many? But I think that's what he was trying to say. I think that what he was trying to say is it's more than just what you know as an IVF clinic. Allegedly, they down there making people. Okay? Allegedly. I think that's what he's trying to say, or what he was trying to get you guys to see. But the fact of the matter is, it'll go over most people's heads because people like living in the comfort of delusion. People like to believe these things are impossible to even be possible. And that's why when the clones, they're already walking amongst us. We just don't know it yet. But this is why whenever they activate and go ham on you Negroes, I don't want to hear your mouth. All this conspiracy theory stuff y'all be running around here saying people be on, y'all wondering why people looking like they going crazy. Ain't nobody looking into nothing. Everybody just walking around in the comfort of delusion. So that's fine. But just know I understand what exactly was happening here. And I just want to bring it to you guys. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please. And thank you. Please get the likes up on the video. Y'all get in here. Bree, thank you for the super chat. Say, it's my 45th birthday, Acorn girl. What? Happy birthday, Fat. Let's get the cakes in the check for my girl, Bree. Shout out to Bree and all your support. Thank you so much for all of your support. Ooh, Saints, you got an appointment tomorrow at 11. I got an appointment at 10. Ooh, I might need to call and work that out. Sorry, Bree. Happy birthday, Bree. Happy birthday. I hope you many more. I hope you have everything you would like to have in the future. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, weekend, month, and everything else. Happy birthday, my love. Y'all drop the cakes in the chat. Happy birthday. Happy Sorry. Happy birthday, Bree. Happy birthday. I hope you have many, many more. And thank you so much for all your unwavering support, honey. But yeah, y'all, that's what this is all about with those IVF clinics. They're cloning people and making babies. Allegedly. Just so you know. Let's move on. Let's get into hold on. Let me see if there's anything else for an honorable mention that I wanted to bring to you guys before we get into the stuff that's on the docket. Hold on one second. I think that's it. Oh, no. And I should have put this in the description. So y'all remember Chris Brown said free Tory Lanez, and then right after he said free Tory Lanez, he got arrested for something that happened 2 years ago in London, right? Allegedly. Coincidence. Anyways, you know they were saying he was charged with battery, right? So here they found the other man who was allegedly charged with battery alongside Chris Brown in 2023 London nightclub bottle assault. Check it out. It says second man charged alongside with Chris Brown in 2023 London nightclub bottle assault that left music producer hospitalized. Blog by Y'all Not Gonna Drag Me. It says Chris Brown may not have been the only one involved in the 2023 smashing incident at London's Tape nightclub. A second man now has been charged in connection with the alleged attack. Rapper Hoodie Baby, born Amolulu Akinolu, this nigga African, faces a charge of grievous bodily harm with intent. According to a statement from London's Metropolitan Police, he is scheduled to appear at Manchester's Magistrates Court on Saturday. As previously reported, Brown faces the same charge and appeared in the court on Friday. A judge ordered that he remain in police custody until his next hearing at London's Southwark Crown Court on June 13th. Wow. Brown's arrest comes at an inconvenient time as he is set to launch his Breezy Bold's XX tour in the Netherlands on June 8th. Oh, wow. So far, there's no official word on the whether the tour will be postponed, though that could be the case. The allegations stem from a violent altercation in 2023 in which the Under the Influencer singer is accused of striking music producer Abe Dial over the head with a bottle of Don Julio 1942. Dial later filed a lawsuit against Brown. To read the rest, log into balleralert.com. So they're saying in 2023, Chris Brown hit the producer over the head with a bottle in 1942. And I guess he's never been back to London since 2023. Is that what we're saying? And now all of a sudden, you got him and you're going to lock him up until June, right after he said free Tory? Yes, Chris is in jail right now. They won't let him out until his court date, June 13th. Today's only the 19th of May. So they got Chris laid up in jail. You feel what I'm saying? I believe, I don't know this to be a fact. I believe that Chris is in jail because he was bold enough to come out first and say free Tory when they found out that boy was stabbed. I think that's why he's in jail. I think Rock Nation is behind it. I think Rock Nation does this to everybody. I think Rock Nation is a gang. I think Rock Nation is the devil. And I think that they will pay for the things that they've done.
You want to know how I feel? I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I got some names that I want to call. Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez, and the whole wicked system of Rock Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
Yes.
You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and bartered the souls of young men, and you're still doing it.
Amen.
The only independent witness in this courtroom is a man whose name is Sean Kelly. He came to court, and our attorneys, he would not even shake their hand after he went upstairs with Kathy Ta and Alex Bott.
They met on Saturday before.
They met with our witness. And then the man came back, and I sat in the hallway while he sat with Jody Little, the prosecutors in the LAPD's office. Tell me how there's no fingerprints my God Almighty, I call heaven and earth to be a record today. That Rock Nation, you will crumble. I am an apostle of God, and you will know who I am.
That's right. Say that, twang.
Again, to be completely honest, y'all, I just find that Rock Nation are a bunch of bullies, and I don't like them. You feel what I'm saying? I just feel like they're a bunch of bullies. But I think Rock Nation is behind this. Somebody said Drake up next, child. You never know. But maybe Drake is too big for Rock Nation to mess with. I don't know. But I do think that what they're doing is silencing people. And we've seen them do this multiple times when they did it with the trial and things of that nature. I think that they silencing people. But neither here nor there. Chris Brown is still arrested as well. Now, I want to get into this show really quickly. Before we get into the trial, I want to start with Joe Biden, girl. He got cancer. And the Negroes are losing their mind. The Negroes are losing whatever's left of their mind. Are you Negroes really sitting up here? This is a real question. I don't care whose side you're on. I don't care if you black or white. Y'all really sitting up here feeling some type of way about this old ass clear man who authored the crime bill that literally attacked you, who helped to imprison a whole bunch of your mamas, daddies, uncles, cousins, and brothers and sisters. This is the man y'all really about to go out on a limb for and sit on here and get the pouting and pooting and crying? This is a real question. Because, see, the media made y'all forget who Bill Clinton, him too, but they made y'all forget who Joe Biden is and was. And how openly racist he was. And how his mentor was the leader of the KKK. Y'all really over here like sad about this old clear man? Y'all really, this is a real question. I really want to know. They have black Americans. I'm not talking about the other folks. I'm talking about black Americans who really running around here feeling some type of way that this old, decrepit, clear, crypt-keeping man has cancer? Take the politics out of it. Y'all are sick. And I don't want to hear nobody get on here and be like, but it doesn't matter. He's a human. He's got cancer. It's okay for us to look at it. Shut your ass up. No. I know some of you Negroes won't even put this much energy to when your grandma was diagnosed with cancer. Now all of a sudden you niggas all in the comment section. Jill. Oh, they took the wrong president. How about they take them all? Y'all is crazy. And it's the same thing with the orange bruh too. I don't give a damn about these old ass crackers. Y'all is crazy. Girl, something could happen to Trump tomorrow. What y'all cooking for dinner? Okay? All these folks. I don't give a damn about none of these puppet masters in politics. It just bothered me when I saw all the black people in there really in their feelings about this. When he literally single-handedly helped to arrest, unalive, drop drugs off into your black American, to me in your neighborhood. They put the drugs there, watch half of us get strung out, the other half sell it, and the half that sold it and some of the ones that got strung out got tens and tens of years for having little itty bitty small little baggies or any type of paraphernalia that goes along with crack. They didn't start lightening up on that stuff until it started affecting the clears. Same thing with opiates, same thing with fentanyl, same thing with it all. They put it out there to get us, then the clears get a hold to it. Then they go, oh my God, we need a DARE program. Oh my God, we need a rehab facility. They was arresting you for being hooked on it. They get their folks a rehab. I'm saying all that to say is Joe got cancer. What y'all doing this weekend? What y'all got planned for Friday? You get it? Girl, let's get into this cancer, girl. Okay. Former President Biden shares a picture and heartfelt message with his wife on a recent cancer diagnosis. Did I say diagnosis? This is what Joe had to say. Cancer touches us all. Like so many of you, Jill and I have learned that we are the strongest in the broken places. Thank you for lifting us up with love and support. Look at how old and clear and decrepit he look. Him and his wife. Look at him. Don't they look like a bunch of cannibals? And you Negroes, you Nignaws is over here hollering, oh, Joe. Oh, Joe. Y'all get on my nerves. Y'all just as bad as the other people who do that stuff. Crying over their oppressor. Y'all get on my nerves. So Joe got cancer. The nigga like 98 years old. Okay. You feel me? I'm pretty sure he got the best doctors. I don't even think this the real Joe. No way. The clone got cancer. It's cool. They just gonna put him in the freezer, charge him back up, and put him back out. You feel me? He be all right. Girl, y'all get on my nerves. Y'all get on my nerves. Damn reptilians. Y'all get on my nerves. He be all right. They say, Trump said his condolences. Well, not yet. He said, oh, my bad, Joe. They say Scam put out a message and all of that. And I'm just over here saying, I'm just wondering random things. Like, so do y'all put a cap full of bleach in y'all dishwater or no? How many dryer sheets do y'all use when you put your clothes in the dryer? These are the things that's coming through my head. Because I know for me, 3 minimum. You feel what I'm saying? When y'all buy plugins, do you use Glade? Or do you use Febreze? Or do you like to mix and match like me? These are some of the things that I was thinking about. You feel what I'm saying? And I just seen Negroes on here about to lose their mind. And I wanted to go through the comment section with a street sweeper. You feel me? And just spread a whole comment section, girl. I was just like, oh, wow. Okay. Oh, y'all do 3 dryer sheets minimum like me? Because I know I'm minimum. I don't give a damn if it's 3 pieces of clothes. 3 sheets going in there. And I seen the commercial say, oh, you only need 1. The lies you tell. I need 3. I don't give a damn what's in there. And if I got blankets or something, I might go 5 or 6. Okay? If it's a heavy load, I might go 5 or 6. It depends on what I'm washing. My towels, I need at least 5. 4 to 5. You feel what I'm saying? Because I want, when I pull my towels out the dryer, I like it when they still warm, when they still hot coming off the dryer. And you just take them and go. Don't they feel good on you? Don't they? Don't when you take your clothes out the dryer. Because see, I have this thing. It might be a fetish, or I ain't gonna call it a fetish, but I like to fold my clothes hot off the press. I don't like my clothes to get cool before I fold them. It might be, listen, it might be OCD in me or whatever, but I like when my clothes is in the dryer, I'm waiting to hear the dryer go off so that I can hurry up and fold them. And every time I pick them up, I go, you feel me? And whatever need to go on the hanger goes on the hanger. Whatever need to get folded, go in the drawer, and woo-de-woo-de-woo. Yes, Asian persuasion, less wrinkles. Hey, I don't even leave the dryer. I pull my pieces out one at a time at the dryer, and I fold my clothes right then and there. That's just me. But this is not the end of the. If y'all want to say a prayer, do not clog up the prayer lines. But if you want to say a little 1-2 yin yin for Joe, have at it. But on my mama, if you bitches get up in here and clog up the prayer line with all the stuff Black America got going on, me and God gonna have a conversation. We're gonna do a one-on-one, and we gonna come back and tell y'all what we think about it, okay? Oh, yeah. Do not clog up the prayer line, okay? But yay. So Joe got cancer, y'all. Keep him in the prayers a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. Now I want to move to Trump is over here trying to launch an investigation into scam, and I'm over here saying it's done and over with, bro. The money gone. The money gone. But he want to investigate scam for everybody she paid for the concert, the campaign. It says President Donald Trump announced on Truth Social that he is calling for a major investigation into artists performing during former Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign events. In his post, Trump specifically called out Beyonce, Bruce Springsteen, alleging that they accepted payments to perform at Harris campaign rallies. He also questioned whether Oprah and Bono received compensation for their involvement. Trump went on to accuse Harris of engaging in illegal endorsements to draw larger crowds, referring to her campaign turnouts as sparse. He concluded by labeling her actions as both corrupt and unlawful. Other presidential candidates have hosted celebrity performances covering production costs and event-related expenses rather than paying personal fees. It says, in compliance with Federal Election Commission regulations, some of Trump's notable performers during his campaign included Kid Rock, Gretchen Wilson, Jason Aldean, and others. Okay, so Trump is over there like, yo, you had everybody lit over there. How much did you use of the campaign money? And I want to launch an investigation. Let it go, Orange, bro. It's done. It's over with. Let it go. Beyonce was there and she didn't even sing. Let it go. Let it go. She lost. You won. I get it. If the shoe was on the other foot, they'll be dragging you down to the ground. Let it go, Fed. Let it go. And let me tell you something. Yeah, they performed for the money. Of course they did. And they had the money put into their doggone nonprofit so it won't look like they were specifically getting paid for the performance. See, I told y'all, if you ever want the easiest way to steal, a nonprofit is the way. But I'm not telling you what to do. Okay? But at the end of the day, I just feel like we have a bigger fish to fry than this. Who gives a damn? Trump? Shit. We don't give a damn. Moving on. Let it go. She done paid. They had the concert. Meg came on and did her body, yaddy, 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 yaddy. It happened. It's over. She lost. Let's move on. Okay. Now, I want to get into Angel Reese because this is political too. Let's get into Angel Reese. You guys, Angel Reese, y'all know she made Caitlyn Clark popular. Unpopular opinion, but it is what it is. Angel Reese made Caitlyn Clark popular. Yes, she did. If it wasn't for Angel Reese having a physical spar with Angel Reese, if it wasn't for Angel Reese having it with Caitlyn Clark, I'm sorry, we wouldn't know who she was. Okay, period, point blank. I know. I watched women's college basketball. Okay, so this what happened. There was a basketball player. I am a basketball mom. Hello, nice to meet you. My daughter's been playing since she was 5 years old. So I know everything that I'm talking about as it pertains to college basketball or basketball, women's basketball, period. Okay. Now, there's a basketball play that happens. Foul, yes. Flagrant, possibly. Probably, maybe. But to make it this political is where the media comes in and make it a race thing. So we know Angel Reese and Caitlyn Clark been bumping heads since the beginning. We all know that. We all know that. Now they head up against each other yesterday or the day before yesterday. I can't remember. And there was a basketball play that happened where basically Caitlyn started swatting the ball and she hit Angel. Angel then charges at Caitlyn. Caitlyn did kind of walk away like, girl, I ain't got no worries. And this caused social media to go insane, as they always do. OMG. Now, this has RG3, Robert Griffin III. You know the nigga, I was watching this game when that nigga knee went this way and his body went the other way. RG3 used to play for the Washington Commanders, aka the Redskins. And it wasn't long into his career where his leg was literally torn. The bottom portion of his leg was damn near torn off his body. Okay? So with that being said, he didn't have a long career. He came back after that, but it didn't work too long. You feel what I'm saying? Now he's a commentator. He's also a black Negro married to the Clears, and he's one of those Clear sympathizers who love clear, whatever. Now he's coming out in defense of Caitlyn Clark, which makes sense. But before we get into that, I want to show y'all the play in question so y'all can see what I'm talking about. This was literally a basketball play. Them having the argument and going back and forth was literally a basketball thing. It shouldn't have been blown up this big. Let's get into it.
Look out, Caitlyn Clark pushes Angel Reese, and Angel Reese gets right up into Caitlyn Clark. Afterwards has something to say as Clark walks away. A three. And look out, Caitlyn Clark pushes Angel Reese, and Angel Reese gets right up into Caitlyn Clark.
Now, if you are unfamiliar with basketball, that was a flagrant foul at best. It was definitely a flagrant foul at best. But I think tensions are high during the game. Everybody over there battling each other, and here we are. People on Twitter made this bigger than what it has to be because Twitter has been fueling this rage thing between Caitlyn and Angel since the very beginning. Now, a basketball play was had. Was it a flagrant foul? Yes. Could it have been a technical foul? Absolutely. Could Angel have gotten, you know what I'm saying, maybe her free throws at the line, her free throws at the line because of the foul? Absolutely. But as soon as Angel decided to answer aggressively, because, you know, it's cool when the men do it, but it's not cool when the women do it. Here we are. Now, right after that, here comes Robert Griffin III making a mountain out of a molehill. Check right. After watching Caitlyn Clark's flagrant foul, so he agreed, on Angel Reese and the aftermath, there's no way Angel Reese can continue the lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlyn Clark. Here we go, making it personal. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates, with capital letters, Caitlyn Clark, not some basketball rivalry hate either. Hate. So here goes RG3 putting 20 on 10. Let me tell you something. I told y'all these celebrities are literally here to confuse the masses and to make sure everything is all jacked up. And what RG3 is doing is stirring up some bull. That's literally what RG3 is doing. And he has no issues doing so. And this is why he's on here saying the things that he's saying. Now, mind you, it doesn't help that he is a clear sympathizer. Hold on. How you do the... It doesn't help that he's a clear sympathizer. It really doesn't. It actually adds fuel to the fire. But I'm just so tired of these dudes that do this. I want to show y'all this video he made. I'm so tired of these dudes like this. Again, when we start talking about treason, it's a lot of people going to be left by the wayside. A lot of people that's going to be hanging at the stake at high noon. A lot of people that are going to be excommunicated from the Black community. And we are going to force you to be amongst the clears that you desire. Now, mind you, this is the wife in the background. This is the wife in the background. That's his wife. While he goes in on Caitlyn Clark, she's just going to be a sipping her tea away, right? Because my man, helping up for the white girl like me over the Black girl. And this is his job, to come in and instigate and start some stuff, in my opinion. Let's get into what he had to say in front of his wife about Angel Reese.
So where was this type of reaction last year when Angel Reese got chokeslammed by Alyssa Thomas of the Connecticut Sun? Y'all remember that? She got fouled so hard, they kicked Aaliyah Thomas out the game with a flagrant 2 foul. What did Angel Reese do? Nothing. She didn't get up and try to swing on her. You know why? The reaction was different because of who did it. And there is a lot of history there with Caitlyn Clark and Angel Reese. You guys remember last year when Angel Reese celebrated Kennedy Carter getting that flagrant foul on the hip check against Caitlyn Clark? You remember that? On the sideline, just, yeah, baby, get her, you get her. Who celebrates like that for a flagrant foul on another player if they don't dislike that player? Okay, you want some more evidence? Here's some more evidence. Remember last year when they were talking about who gets the credit?
Look at the wife.
For the expansion and the eyeballs and the popularity boost of women's basketball, not just the WNBA, but women's basketball in general, because of the spike in the women's NCAA tournament and in WNBA viewership. A lot of people were attributing that to Caitlyn Clark, and rightfully so. This is what Angel Reese had to say, and I quote, "People are talking about women's basketball. You never would think they'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to the games. We got celebrities coming to the games, sold out arenas just because of one single game. Just looking at that, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on to be that for my teammates. I know I'll go down in history. I'll look back in 20 years and be like, the reason we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too. I want y'all to realize that." Now, I heard a lot of people say that
Look how the wife laughing in the background at him imitate Caitlyn Clark. Mind you, him speaking like that is him imitating not Caitlyn Clark, Angel Reese. Look at the wife in the background laughing. Look at the wife.
Because of me too. I want y'all to realize that. Now, I heard a lot of people say that I or others have made Angel Reese the villain. Did you not just hear herself call herself the bad guy? She called herself the villain. I'm not making her the villain. She's making herself the villain.
So this is this is not a good faith argument he's having. He's taking, when all of the stuff was popping up between Angel and Caitlyn, and they were over there at their throats after every game, Angel basically said, look, y'all already gonna make me the bad guy, so fine, I'll be the bad guy. If that's what you want me to do, good. I'll be the devil, I'll be the bad guy, fine. He's taking Angel being frustrated out of being called something that she didn't feel she was and just embracing it like, fine, if that's what you want me to do, let's do it. He's taking that and using that to say why he believes she hates Caitlyn Clark. And let's just say she does. So what? So what? It's sports. People hate each other in sports all the time. As a football player, he should know that how many people hated Tom Brady, how many people hated Drew Brees, or how many people hated Peyton Manning or Archie Manning or Eli Manning. This is what happens. You get enemies. How many people lined up? Matter of fact, somebody hated you, RG3. You know how I know? Because I remember when they took your body apart from your leg. Remember that? It happens. It's sports. If she hates her, so what? So what? A nigga literally tore the bottom half of your leg off your body. A nigga hated you too. You have to have a level of, I can't stand that nigga to make his body go that way and his leg go that way. Nigga hated you too. It's sports. That's how it goes. So what if she hates her? And it was a basketball play. They had words. It was an almost fight. Move on. When men's basketball players do this, don't nobody, they have the fight, people laugh, slap five, ha ha ha, and they move on. Don't nobody get on here and try to say, nigga really only fouled Steph and Clay because they light-skinned it, and they mad because Steph and Clay got pretty hair, and they don't do that. You know what they say? Oh man, that was a crazy play. Which I don't believe, but if Caitlyn If Angel don't like Caitlyn, so what? Oh, well. But you sitting there as a so-called black man, and I'm saying so-called, you sitting there as a so-called black man with your clear wife in the background laughing at you downgrade and talk about a black woman when, not if, when them clears take everything you have and leave you broke and destitute, you ugly mother plucker. Don't you get your nasty ugly ass on here crying. Shut your ass up and go run back to the clears because it's coming. It's coming. It's coming, and you a bust. And when you came from college, we thought we was going to get something bigger and better than you was, and you was trash. Yeah, RG3 is a bust. I was there. When you came out of college and you came into the league, you were average at best. You getting your leg tore out your body was the best thing that ever happened to you, because at least you get to come in and play like you still was going to do something more than what you was going to do. You was a bust. Shut your ugly ass up. You and your clear ass wife. Shut your ugly ass up, nigga. And so what if she hate her? And nigga hated you too. Duck ass. That's why you got a forever limp, you dumb Diddy. The fuck up. You get it? Anywho's. Oh, Lord. What am I doing? All right. But yeah, that's what happened with RG3 and Angel Reese. Girl, get him off of here. But I think that he's paid. I think that he is paid to do exactly what he's doing. I think that he is paid and he is told to antagonize the people in the industry, in the media. I think that that's what he's doing to get you and me and the clears on Twitter, you know, the weird clears, you know, the ones that the old people is rolling over in their grave behind. It's to get us all riled up. Let's move on. I want to get into this Mexican ship, this naval ship that ran into the Brooklyn Bridge, was it? Where the heavy boot people at? What in the hell happened? So apparently there was this Mexican naval ship that does this tradition. Whenever this naval ship is setting sail or leaving to go somewhere or something like that, I'm going to show y'all a video. I'm going to show y'all exactly what the tradition is for these folks. Y'all get the likes up on the video. This kind of was weird to me, this whole situation. It says, here's footage of the passengers and workers of the Mexican Navy tall ship, I can't pronounce that ran into the New York Brooklyn Bridge. They were celebrating America's 250th birthday. So there's this Navy ship from Mexico who was sailing in America right now, or at the time they were in New York, passing the lady with the green thing in her hands, right? And one of the things that they do to welcome the people aboard, or to for respect or whatever, is they go up to the sails, at the top of the sails. And when they get up there, they it's kind of like a friendly gesture, like, hey, we're friendlies. It's not no play, no war stuff. We're really just some friendlies here, hoping that you welcome us in. This is their tradition. Look at how they prepare when they coming into, you know, new territory. Check it out. Look at them climbing. Y'all see them? And you see them? Look at them holding hands. Look at all these $5 Mexicans. So all the $5 Mexicans gather with each other. They go up on the sails so that they can say, hey, y'all, we friendlies. Hey, y'all, all the $5 Mexicans do this, right? So boom, and I'm calling them $5 Mexicans because the real Mexican look like me. They just hiding them over there in Mexico, but that's why I'm calling them $5 Mexicans, because they are. But anyways, so the $5 Mexicans get up there and they go, hey, y'all, we friendly. And then the people go, oh, Navidad. Adios. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien. Y tú. They do all of that. You know what I'm saying? So boom. So now they come through New York. New York, is y'all on here? What the hell going on in New York? Now I told y'all been quiet, but it turns out y'all want to be loud again. Because they get through New York, girl, and tell me why these folks done ran into the Brooklyn Bridge, bitch. Yes, they did. Ran smooth into it, and a lot of the Mexicans from the top. Yeah, too late. A beady beady bum bum. It was a lot of beady beady bum bums as the people fell. Now, I'm not making no fun of or no light of this because they had people at the top of the stairs. I just showed y'all. Okay? But they hit the bridge. But this is what I want to know. Didn't nobody at the front give them the heads up? This is a real question. YouTuber says, don't nobody know Mexicans can't drive. I'm not about to do that with y'all. So look, the $5 Mexicans went up there and ran smooth into the bridge, and it was falling like doggone girl. The people was falling like raindrops. You had to be there. First of all, rest in peace. I think 2 people passed. Yeah, 2 people passed and 19 injured. Bitch, whoever supposed to be on lookout at the front hole, bitch, count your days. If I'm on that sail and we running into this bridge, and bitch, you supposed to be on the lookout to tell us if we gonna clear it or not, and you forgot to look back and tell us get our ugly ass down, bitch, you count your days. Whoever at the front of the bridge. Let's get into it. Y'all get the likes up. I don't know if I'm gonna get copyright, so I'm gonna take the music off. Io sono mio, solo cielo, Hilingirongo Shero Mexico, grosso gorso lodocio. Mia scrienglo di siei dies lo slow. Crasi kring morro. Close nos gromo. Hasta la vista grosso. Ocho nueves. You see, that's what they saying on the song. Now look, this is all I want to know. Bitch, you that high up on the sail and you can't see the boat, the bridge right here, bitch. Bitch, they got the safety devices on. All they had to do, bitch, they got the little thing on, the little harness. Bitch, I'd have been flying around that boat like Chris Brown was around the concert. Do you hear me? Girl, the way I would have let go of that sail and got the swinging with my little rope around them damn sails. Are you okay? Ain't nobody tell the people at the top, duck. Nobody. Nobody. Can't nobody tell me that nobody was like, hey, y'all, I don't think we gonna make it. Get down. They got the harnesses on. I'm pretty sure all else fails, there's an emergency contingency plan to where if they need to let go the sail, they can let go the sail and just swing around that bitch like a tether pole. You feel me? That's what I would have did. Bitch, I'd have rather been than to be popped upside the head by the bridge. Now, they say the vessel allegedly lost power, but I see lights on, so somebody lying. They say the vessel allegedly lost power, but I see the lights on, so somebody lying. Now, I don't know what happened. I don't know, because I thought with maritime rules and all that stuff, I thought they tell you if you can make it past. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, you could clear this. Oh, no, this is too short. This is too tall. You got to go this way. I thought. I don't know. I don't be on boats. Most I've been on a boat was a cruise. And when my daddy used to take us to go fishing. But all I know is the people that fell off the doggone boat. I want to show y'all footage where you can see the people falling down. It was so bad. My prayers and condolences go out to the $5 Mexicans for real. Because them people still didn't deserve that. You know what I'm saying? Look at the people. Watch they fall. You can see it from this angle. And the boy was laughing, but people was like, they think that it was him being nervous. Look at the people fall. Look.
What just happened?
Look at him hanging.
It's crashing.
Look at him.
That had to be on purpose. Yo, did you see the person just fall all the way down? Holy fuck. Bro. There's people up there.
You can see the people falling too. Look, he about to fall. 1, 2. You can see the people falling. 3, 4.
What just happened?
And look at them hanging.
It's crashing.
Baby. It's giving setup to me. It's giving setup to me. It's giving whoever driving the boat. I don't know if it's a person or AI. I don't know what's going on. Whoever driving the boat did this on purpose. Asian Persuasion said, why they up there anyway? Oh, I just showed y'all because that's how they do their welcome thing. Do I need to show that again? So they was up there doing a welcome thing. They wave and say, hey, we friendlies. We not over here on no pirate stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like whoever driving the boat was in on it. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all. I don't know. Just for the people who didn't see, who may be just coming in, just to show y'all what it looks like when they're up there preparing to get on the boat. I want to show that to y'all really quickly so y'all can see why they were up there. They were setting sail or they were docking. I can't remember. Either way, part of their tradition is to get on top of the sails to let the people you know when you're walking in, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we're friendlies. So that's why they climbed up there, as you can see from here. A lot of $5 Mexicans were hurt, and I think that they need to be suing the right people, okay? Look at them. Girl, could you imagine getting a job and your job is just to get on top of the sails? I wonder how much they pay them folks. Probably not a lot. But this is them climbing up to get on top of the sails. That's why they were up there, because they were actually doing like a part of their like entry show. So they get up there, they wave, hey y'all, we're friendly, and that's what happened. Girl, let's move on. Y'all can keep the people in y'all prayers. Y'all can keep the people in y'all prayers. Let's move on. Now I want to move. This has not been lost on me because we about to get into the New Orleans inmates. But before we get into New Orleans inmates, I want to talk about New Orleans, Louisiana, period. So apparently there was an Annabelle doll dropped off in New Orleans, and this doll is supposed to make its way to and fro. This doll is supposed to let me X that out. This doll is supposed to make its way between to and fro, and I'm hearing so far that this doll has caused a lot of crap. Now, I want to say this. Oh, thank you so much. Whoever that was sent me the email about Miss Shirley. We will be talking about Miss Shirley. If y'all understand Miss Shirley, we will be doing, I don't know if I'm going to do a video. Dina, thank you so much, Dina Nicole, for sending me that email about Miss Shirley. I have been looking into Miss Shirley all week, and Miss Shirley will be up on the docket. Yes, she will. Yes, she will. Her and her mom. Yes, she will. Miss Shirley will be up on the docket. Okay. I don't know if I need to do video. I don't know how to do it, but it will be coming up on the docket. Okay. For everybody who know about Miss Shirley. Okay. But where was I? Oh, the Annabelle doll. So this Annabelle doll gets dropped off in New Orleans, right? And it's supposed to be making its way to some other places or something like that. I'm not too particularly sure. But the Annabelle doll, hold on. The Annabelle doll was dropped off in New Orleans. And they're saying that it was there to bring bad juju or something like that. Let's get into it. And then we're going to get into a little bit of the house that burned down, because I want to do some research on that. And then we're going to get into the inmates escaping right after this dog gets here. Hold on. Let me see. Where's the volume at? Is there volume on here? Hold on. I can't find the volume. What's this lady doing? So here's a lady, I can't hear it, but here's a lady who's blessing the streets. She says she's not happy about the Annabelle doll being here. I don't know who this woman is. I don't know what's going on, but they got people that was out there in New Orleans blessing the streets like, this is not going to be good. Now, mind you, right after this, the Annabelle doll was there, and then the Louisiana the plantation, was burned, and also these dudes escaped from prison. Hold on one second. Can I find the volume on these things? I hate doing TikTok from the desktop. On my mama, I swear I do. I can't find the volume, y'all. I'm sorry. But anyway, it don't matter. So I want to get into the Louisiana. I'll come back another time. I can't find the volume on this thing. I hate the desktop version. But I want to come back to this, and I want to get into this Louisiana, because I think I should do a video on that to get more explanation. But this what do you call it? Plantation in Louisiana was recently burned down. Now, this is one thing I never understood, even as a little girl coming from New Orleans. I've never truly understood why people, period, got married in plantations. And I got family who's gotten married in plantations, but I never understood the reason why. And I understand why people do it, but I still don't understand why. Let me tell you why. Because if we are to believe what they told us about these plantations and about what happened to Black people on and off these plantations, why would you want to be there inside of the big house getting married? Now, some Black people might feel like, oh, well, it's kind of like a FU to the master. Hey, I'm in the house. I'm celebrating my wedding where I couldn't in the past, or my ancestors couldn't. So I get that, or whatever. I understand why the Clears do it. They always honor their ancestors. They always honor their forefathers and make sure that they don't go off. You know what I'm saying? Go off the deep end as to what they should be. They make sure they stay on code with their ancestors, okay? But in Louisiana, I can't speak on no other state. In Louisiana, getting married inside of a plantation home is like the bee's knees. Like the rich Blacks go get married at the plantation homes. Let's really be clear about it. Personally, I've never seen the big deal of it, but it is what it is. It's very popular in Louisiana to get married at these plantations, right? Okay, so the Louisiana plantation just burned down randomly. It says the last line she spoke was so tone deaf, disrespectful, and disgusting. Okay, this is a former tour of the Nottoway plantation. This is the plantation that was burned down recently, and nobody knows what happened. Honestly, I don't want this part to go over a lot of people's heads. Matter of fact, let me go pull it up, because I want to get into, because this is very important, because I think this part went over a lot of people's head. Hold on. I want to show y'all something that I caught on to, because see, all they want to do is tell us that we basically broke, poor, busted, disgusted. You feel what I'm saying? We ain't never did nothing. We ain't never built nothing. We ain't never had nothing. That's what they like to tell us. Okay? Now, this Nottoway plantation was built by 50 enslaved FBA indigenous copper color Black Americans. Let's really be clear about it. Hold on. This plantation was built by 50 Black Americans. Sorry, let me take this off. Not white people, not Asians, not Hispanics, not Africans, 50 Black Americans. And this didn't even have an American style of a mansion. This was, if I'm not mistaken, and don't quote me, this was either some sort of European, Venetian, Italian style homes that they had in Louisiana. How can 50 dumb, ignorant, stupid Africans build this plantation? Okay? And if Black Americans can build this European style plantation, even though they claim allegedly that it was engineered and created by a clear man, allegedly, if they can build this French style plantation that these is supposed to be some ignorant ass African slaves, I want to know, how are they capable of doing this? And I also want to let you know that this tells me that a lot of this stuff that we see in America, these old buildings that they claim all these people done came in and helped did, and all these people done came, we probably built all that too. We probably built all of that too, okay? How can some ignorant ass slaves, this is a real question, how can some ignorant ass slaves come through and build a mansion of this caliber, of this style? I don't care what type of engineering, I don't care. How can they do that? Because we are the original builders. We are the original creators. I don't believe that they got nobody to come in and engineer a damn thing. This is what we're capable of. This is why they dumb us down. This is why they got us sitting over here thinking we need to call a clear man to help us change a flat. We've done way more than this in our ancestry and in our past. We've built way more. I think anything old that we see in America, we probably built. That part didn't get lost on me. It didn't get lost on me that they telling me 50 Black Americans, aka indigenous copper color people, aka FBA, aka whatever you want to call it, we built this phenomenal mansion. It wouldn't surprise me if the clear man took it from the Black people who built it for themselves. Who knows? Because they did have Black people who were doing very well in the South. Okay. Oh, this is a good, thank you for saying this. Somebody said Europeans aren't indigenous to Europe. No, she said white people. I want to get your comment right, because you're absolutely right. Hair like wool. Thank you so much. Europe is not the origin of the whites. It's not. They aren't indigenous to anywhere. Thank you. Thank you. Some people say they come out of Africa. They ain't indigenous to nowhere. Europe was all Black. We've spoken about that on many occasions on this channel. We've also spoken about how allegedly Beethoven, Michelangelo, all these folks were Black. Allegedly. Christopher Columbus, allegedly. They describe them as swarthy colored people. See, we've been taught that it was the clear Hispanics or the clear Spaniards and the clear Europeans that came over here. And some of them did come. But it was a lot of the ones that looked like us too. That helped them. But I'm saying all that to say, this doggone mansion burned down, y'all. This mansion burned down. Somebody said that they traced their genealogy and the land belonged to them. That's crazy. Send that to me. Whoever sent that in the chat and said somebody traced their genealogy and the land traced back to them, please send that to me. I would sure appreciate you. But how can 50 ignorant ass Black African slaves do this? Ask yourself that. And you'll understand, because we wasn't some ignorant ass Black African slaves. We were already building. This is why we weren't affected as much after the Reconstruction. Which is why they came and bought the KKK to take our lands, our wealth, our riches, and to unalive us. Are you putting it together? Now, let me show you what the tour used to be like at the land. This is what the tour, welcome to the South. If you're not from the South, welcome to the party. You're late. This is normal working hours for us Southerners. And I'm not talking about the ones who grew up in the major cities and ain't never been outside the major city. And most of them have been outside the major city. Welcome to the party, you're late. Clears love being overtly racist in front of our faces. That's how I like my racism. That's why I've never been able to get into it with the left and get into it with the folks who like them people laughing and joking. And I like my racism right here. I like my racism right here. I don't want to have to wonder, squinting my eyes, is she really genuine? Or is she really just... I like my racism right here. That's how I was raised. My racism has always been right here. I wouldn't make it in the North. It ain't my place. I'm a Southern girl from the roots all the way down. The land will always call you home. This is another thing I wanted to add this in. Anybody ever wonder why is a certain place that they always drawn to? The land will always call you home. The land called me home when I went up to Chicago. Shout out to Chicago. I went up to Chicago. I love Chicago down to the ground. It just was too different from me. I needed to be in the South. That's how I landed up in Georgia. The land will always call you home. I like my racism right here. Okay? I don't like the wonder, and I don't like the sneak attacks. You might sneak up on me, and I don't know. I like my racism right here. So if you're from up north, welcome to the party, you're late. Brace yourselves. Let's get into what the tour was like at this plantation. Mind you, all these, let me tell you something. Wherever you go, I don't give a where it's at. If you're not getting the history from a local, it's a lie. And when I say a local, I don't just mean anybody who over there. The tour guides are all lies. They're all lies. All the tours you've ever taken about anything in anywhere has all been a lie. I'm just letting you know. But let's get into the tour guide and what she had to say about the plantation.
He had the most in this region, and that's because when he purchased a slave, if the slave had a wife and children, he'd buy the whole family so that they would never be separated. And so that was good for them. And then in the village, he built a cottage for each of those families so they didn't have to share with multiple families and squeeze into one space. So that was good too. They could hunt, they could fish, so they could buy for their own food. And they also built a hospital for them, and there was a doctor who would visit every week. And the doctor trained one of the slaves to be a nurse to take care of them. So from the readings that we have, it sounds like the slaves were treated fairly well as a slave can be treated, considering the conditions. When the war ended, the majority of the slaves stayed here. And we actually have descendants of the slaves who still work here today. Pretty amazing. He had the most in this region.
So according to this lady, the slaves wasn't doing too bad on their plantation. Now they only had 114, if I'm not mistaken. They had the most in that region, and they only had 114, if I'm not mistaken, slaves. That's another big misconception. Y'all watch Roots. If y'all watch Roots or any of those slave movies, they'll make you think it was a plantation with 4, 5, 6, 7, 800 people on one plantation and 3 or 4 bosses. That's a lie. That's a lie. Do you know how expensive it was to own slaves? You had to be damn rich to own slaves. I keep telling y'all that you had to be very wealthy to own that many slaves. Now, this plantation owned over 100 and something slaves or whatever, which, as she said, was the most in that region. And according to her, the doctor, apparently a clear, trained the black woman to be a nurse. Girl, we've been nurses, midwives, wet nurses since the beginning of time. Ain't nobody trained us. Ain't no clear. As a matter of fact, medicine comes from the Black American. Let's talk. It don't come from the African. It don't come from nowhere else. Medicine, modern medicine as you know it, comes from the Black American. If anything, it was taught to them, not the other way around. We've been nurses. Hell, some of us nurses and don't even know it. But it was great, he built them houses and they were able to buy food. What does that tell you? Hello, is this thing on? If the slaves were able to buy food, is it possible that they were doing some sort of indentured servitude and not slavery? Because who's paying them? Slavery entails free labor. See, a lot of y'all, when y'all get to doing y'all genealogy, about to run into this. So I'm trying to equip you now. According to her, they were able to purchase food. That implies that they were getting paid. If they were getting paid, then the question is, were they indentured servants or were they slaves? This is a question. If they were getting paid, because you hear a lot of stories. Oh, my daddy, my granddaddy, my great-great-great-granddaddy was able to leave slavery and buy him some land. Leave slavery and open a business. Leave slavery and do whatever it takes that requires money. Were they a slave or were they an indentured servant? Were they working back the field to get their land back? It's so many questions. But the movies taught us that all black people were slaves in the South and all white people were rich. That's not true. That's just not true. But I'm saying all that to say she tried to paint the picture of, oh, yeah, these guys, they weren't as bad off. They had their own living quarters. They were able to buy food. They were able, so it wasn't that bad. They were treated pretty well for a slave. I like my racism right here. Because in her mind, she believes the story. And in her mind, she believes that these folks didn't do bad. Even though they were working for pennies. Even though they were working for pennies. But let me just say this to you guys, and I want to move into New Orleans inmates. Let me say this to y'all. Let me say this to y'all. Let me say this to y'all. Oh, thank you for bringing that up, sharecroppers. Thank you for bringing that up. Most of y'all, when y'all do y'all genealogy, a lot of the work that y'all going to see on y'all, a lot of people, thank you, Sergeant King, a lot of your ancestors are going to have on their occupation that they were sharecroppers. That's what they're going to say. And a sharecropper was a job. That means the person got paid. May not have been a lot, but they got paid. And in that situation, if a person was paid for their labor, rather it was with pennies or not, that person was not a slave. They were just, as the title tells you, a sharecropper. Oh, and by the way, a lot of these people were sharecroppers on their own farms. So just because you see sharecropper, don't necessarily mean it was a slave. They could have been a sharecropper on their own farms. Name their children, their wives, their cousins, name them as sharecroppers. Okay? So these are all things you need to look for when you're doing your genealogy. Just because they were sharecroppers don't mean that they were slaves. And it don't necessarily mean they were working for somebody else. Okay? So, outside of the sharecropping situation, I'm going to do a video because I want to do some dark, deep research on this plantation because something in the milk ain't clean. Something is telling me that there's way more to this story than some slaves helped build this plantation. The white folks live happily ever after, and the Negroes, you know what I'm saying, just went off with something about it ain't hitting to me. So it is what it is. Now, mind you, this is all following the Annabella doll, which is like a Raggedy Ann doll, if you ask me. So then right after that happened, people start celebrating, ooh, plantation on fire, we love it, Black History Month, woo, 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 whatever. Right after that, some niggas out of New Orleans jail escaped. Yes, these niggas escaped from New Orleans Parish Jail. Now, let me say this. I know a lot of folks in New Orleans Parish Jail. Yes, I do. Well, I ain't gonna say now. I have in the past. I'll just say that. I have in the past. These fools, according to legend has it that these fools escaped from behind a toilet. They cut a hole in the wall. And these fools escaped and looked back and wrote, better luck next time or something like that. And I'm over here saying, all right, y'all got to be slow as a turtle. There's no way I believe this. Let's get into these niggas escaping jail. First of all, I ain't even mad at them. Them niggas ain't even go out and commit no crime. Them niggas is outside chilling. One was by his baby mama house. Another nigga went got high as the cost of living. He went popped 2 perks, and they found him wigging out on Bourbon Street. I keep telling y'all, whenever niggas run away from the prison, from the jail, and from the police, girl, they run away. It's around the corner. They ain't got nowhere else to go. These niggas escaped jail and went right down to Bourbon Street. One nigga went by his baby mama. Yeah, another nigga went live. Another nigga went live. Girl, it was, let's get into it, y'all. You know, sometimes we need to start really looking at our people and educating them. Look at these niggas. Now, they're alleging that 11 inmates escaped from this small hole in the wall behind a toilet in New Orleans Parish Prison. And them niggas, look at them run. Look at them run. Look at them run. Now that one failed. These niggas was running. Listen to me and listen to me good. Most of them niggas probably in there on a weed charge. They probably just don't have $500 to post bail. And these niggas is running out of the jailhouse. I think there was somebody, that was an inside joke. That was an inside job. I think this was an inside job. I think somebody left something open for somebody. One of these niggas probably was smashing on one of them hoes down there at the doggone jail. Let's talk about it. Because I know buku hoes used to work at New Orleans Parish Jail. Them hoes be smashing on them niggas. One of them niggas probably smashed on one of them hoes and got that hoe to leave the door open or something, and then boom. I know how these hoes go. And they be going ham for these niggas. They probably was pillow talking with the nigga, and he said, hey, man, leave the door open for me and my partners. And she was like, I'm going to get in trouble. And he was like, man, come on. And she did it. That's what it's given to me. Or a nigga know one of them niggas that worked down at the jail and was like, say, bro, I got you. So now these fools done escaped from jail and running all over New Orleans, running amok. All over the city of New Orleans. Now, it doesn't happen that the jailhouse is right by the interstate. This right here is the ancestors talking to these dumbass niggas. Nigga, the jailhouse is right by the interstate. That's the ancestors telling them dumbass niggas, hitch a ride and get the hell on. You get it? Hitch a ride. This is the ancestors. They probably had the cars whispering by as fast as they could. Hitch a ride, get the hell on. But not these niggas. They just go 5 miles down the road to Bourbon Street and they get caught. Dumb, duck, goose. Maybe the niggas wanted to get caught at this point. I don't know. But all I know is Annabelle came, mansion started burning, and niggas started escaping. All right? Now, this is the gag. Hold on, let me gag y'all up real quick. Before we get to them finding some of these niggas. Because you had to be here. Listen, let me tell you something. My Instagram was so lit about these niggas escaping from jail. My Instagram was litty. Everybody in their mom was on here either posting one of the niggas. Somebody was talking about that was my cousin. Everybody was on here doing something, girl. You had to be here. You had New Orleans social media is a time. If you're not locked in to New Orleans TikTok, New Orleans Instagram, New Orleans Facebook, you are losing. New Orleans social media is a different place. It's a much different place. Hold on. Girl, I wanted to show y'all the boy. I wanted to show y'all hold on. I wanted to show y'all the boy who had went live after getting high. Oh, I know where I could find him. I know exactly where I could find him. Hold on. I want to show y'all the boy who took the perks. Girl, he was crazy. Hold on. What's the name of this place? It might be here. Hold on. Girl, one of the boys popped a perk and was chilling. Where is the Okay, here we go. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. I want to show y'all something. Let me let y'all see this.
Inmates are still on the run tonight as multiple law enforcement agencies try to track them down. 10 in total, remember, escaped from the Orleans Parish Jail. 3 have been caught. But take a look. These 7 are still on the run tonight, and deputies are asking you to please beware of your surroundings and call Crime Stoppers if you see any one of these men. WDSU reporter Jasmine Franklin has been responding to scenes alongside law enforcement all day long today. Jasmine, as they track down every single lead.
Elizabeth, tonight, hundreds of law enforcement personnel are spread out across our area, continuing their search for those 7 remaining escapees. And they say they will continue to track every single lead until they find them.
There's no telling what, inmate on the loose is capable of.
The manhunt for the 7 remaining escapees continues, with state and federal agencies pouring resources into the search for the suspects still on the loose.
Knowing that they still got some out the loose, you definitely got to be careful. Watch how you keep your head on the swivel.
At least 200 law enforcement personnel are helping in this urgent search to find the escaped prisoners. And it is all hands on deck.
I was really surprised to see them running out the door like that.
It's crazy how all of them was just able to get out in that timely manner.
Law enforcement is in full force across our area. This video shows a large police presence in New Orleans East on Cindy Place around 3 p.m. Multiple sheriff's office and state police crews were there, along with SWAT teams who had weapons drawn as they conducted their search. No one was arrested in this incident, and we don't know if this is connected to the search for the 7 remaining escapees, but this just shows how serious law enforcement is, taking every single tip, tracking down every single lead.
Come on back, give themselves up, because eventually they're gonna get caught.
And the multi-agency search is not just within parish lines. The St. Bernard Parish Sheriff's Office is joining in, helping in the investigation to bring the escapees back to jail.
It's crucial that our efforts to capture these guys and put them back in jail, all violent criminals, they have no business being on the streets.
And if you know any of the 7 remaining escapees' whereabouts, you should call police, or you can also leave an anonymous tip through the FBI's website. That's fbi.gov. Reporting live in New Orleans, Jasmine Franklin, WDSU News.
Somebody in the comments said, I was locked up with Wu in St. Charles. Man got damn near 1,000 years. How y'all let that happen? Girl, wait. What? Wait, is this then somebody else said, hold on. I got a parlay on Jermaine not getting caught or getting caught last. Don't fail me. Niggas got side bets. Wait. Niggas say I got a parlay on Jermaine not getting caught or getting caught last. Don't fail me. These niggas, I swear, black people can't take nothing serious. Niggas say he got a parlay. One got damn near 1,000 years, and the other one said he got a parlay on Jermaine. Now, Jermaine, I hope you don't get caught. I hope he don't get caught. This is the point. I wonder who all hitting on this parlay. That's what I need to call my best friend. That hoe like to gamble. I need to call this hoe and tell her she need to get in on this parlay that Jermaine don't get caught. Or at least he get caught last. I'm going to call my best friend when I get off here and say, bitch, you got to get in on a parlay, girl. They say they got money on Jermaine from the boys getting caught, not getting caught, or getting caught last. I feel like she'll take the bet on that. I feel like she would. I feel like she'll be like, wait, Knowing her, she'll be like, so wait. Now, who is Jermaine? What's his backstory? Does he run fast? Once she get all the information, she might get in on the parlay. I don't know. If y'all want to get in on the parlay, reach out to Picnic Foodie. He the one with the parlay. He said, hopefully Jermaine don't get caught. Jermaine, please. A lot of people is riding on this. Jermaine, if you on here, please don't get caught. At least get caught last. A lot of people is riding on this, Jermaine. Please don't get caught fast. I'm gonna have to keep my eyes on this to make sure Jermaine don't get caught early. Okay, because a lot of people are riding on this, Jermaine. People got bills to pay. Please don't get caught if you can. Whatever you do, just don't get caught. Okay. All right. Okay. Here go one of the witnesses, or one of the guys who was let out or who was escaped.
We know now at least one family is in hiding. Escapee Derek Groves was convicted of killing 2 men on Mardi Gras 7 years ago. We talked with family members of one of those men, and they're stuck wondering how this happened, why they didn't find out sooner, and what they can possibly.
Pause. This nigga unalive 2 men 7 years ago. Why is he still in Orleans Parish Jail? Shouldn't he be upstate in Angola? After 7 years? Why after 7 years is he still in a jail and not in a prison? This is a real question. Now the ball has been dropped now.
Possibly do next. Here's Rachel Hanley.
Wednesday, Jamar Robinson's family celebrated his birthday.
Love you, miss you.
2 days later, they were in hiding after finding out that the man convicted of his murder had escaped from prison.
Just get all our family members out of the city. We had to get everyone out of the city. Didn't know where we was going, crying, devastated.
2 of Robinson's family members spoke with us over the phone. They asked not to be named for their safety. Robinson and another man, Byron Jackson, were shot and killed on Mardi Gras in 2018. Derek Groves was arrested for their murders. Late Friday morning, someone they knew called the family and told them that a group of inmates had broken out of Orleans Justice Center. Groves was one of them.
No one notified us. No one tell us anything. You know, we had to leave work. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know how Derek Groves felt like with this process of us. You know, either he was coming for us. We didn't know.
They say they went to a nearby police station and 2 officers escorted them home. They grabbed what they could, got the family's young kids, including Robinson's son, from school. Then they left. By that time, Groves had been out for hours.
We just didn't know what to do at that point. And I'm so angry with the Orleans Parish prison because it's like, when I look at the news, I see the boys pulling on the door. Like, this prison was just recently built. And you mean to tell me the doors was that easy to pull apart?
And this is a family that was already exhausted. Groves was convicted of killing Robinson and Jackson in 2019. But the jury wasn't unanimous, and a Supreme Court ruling ended up throwing out the verdict because of it. The next trial in 2023 was declared a mistrial. The next one, later that year, ended with a deadlocked jury. Then, finally, in October of last year, Groves was convicted again.
Hey, Groves might be innocent. That nigga done went to court 3-4 times and they couldn't figure it out. Groves might be innocent.
His sentencing was set for July.
It's just crazy. It's like a soul that's not being healed. Because every time we move on from this, something come up.
Now, with Groves on the run, Robinson's family is trying to figure out what to do about their jobs and the kids' school. They're planning to stay hidden while they wait for justice again. Rachel Handley, WWL, Louisiana.
I don't know if Groves is going to try to come get them. I doubt it, because that's an easier, quicker way for him to come back, unless he plans on going back. I don't know. But so far, they captured Robert Moody, Deaconin Dennis, and Kendall Miles. Now, we got parlay on Jermaine. Where Jermaine at? There you go. This the one we hope don't get caught. Well, at least we hope he get caught last. This one right here is Jermaine Donald. That's the one who, if y'all want to get in on the parlay, This is not funny. But Jermaine Donald is the one that we want to get caught last, or don't get caught at all, okay? So far they got 3 of them. 7 of them is still on the loose. I don't know what's going on. What I do know is they found them niggas walking up and down Bourbon Street. Okay? And I'm sitting on here saying, y'all niggas don't need to, y'all should have never left. Y'all should have never left. Y'all should have just stayed in jail. If y'all niggas gonna go over to Bourbon Street, hold on, let me go find it. Girl, them fools was on Bourbon Street. Hold on. Them niggas was on Bourbon Street. You couldn't believe it. And St. Bernard Parish is racist. No, allegedly. It's racist as F. So, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. Let me see what the clear man got to say.
Right now, assisting them as they run down leads and they, investigate any information coming in. Our SWAT team is on activation. We're on standby probably for the later parts of the week. But this is a whole team effort for the whole region. In Kenner, I have extra patrols out on the street just in case. They're monitoring all our modern technology, anything out of the ordinary. They're going to jump on and fully investigate. We want to assure our residents and our businesses that we do have that extra manpower out there. We don't suspect any activity out here, but we're ready in case it does. But the main thing, the warning I want to give anybody that might have aided and abetted these inmates in this escape. Not only are they looking at felony charges now for the initial escape, but anything that these inmates do from the day they escape to the day they're captured, anybody that assisted them, aided and abetted them, face the same charges. So God forbid these inmates go and they kill some department. We have all.
There you go. I wanted to show y'all the boys on Canal Street so we can move on Bourbon Street. Girl, look at these fools. Look. You can't make this up. New video shows 2 escaped inmates walking in French quarters hours after escape from Orleans Justice Center. Girl, look. Look at him, dummy. And if the camera's this good, where was the camera's antennas when shit be going down on Bourbon? Watch the camera follow this nigga. I didn't know the cameras was this good on Bourbon Street. See, the cameras do what the cameras want. Look. Take a look. I ain't never seen the cameras on Bourbon work this good. Them bitches damn near zooming in on their asshole. I ain't never seen it. But let this be a lesson. This goes to show you that whenever they want to show you what they're capable of, they will. They will. Them niggas on Bourbon Street. I wish I'd have ran into one of them niggas. For real. I'm pretty sure them dudes ain't trying to do no crime. Them dudes just happy to have a little freedom. They know they going back. Them dudes ain't out doing no crime. Them dudes just out there trying to probably get them a little cooch, get them a drink, smoke them a little something, pop a little something. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, them dudes right before they go back in. That's how them niggas ain't out there trying to commit no crimes because you would have seen it by now. Them niggas is outside trying to get them a little 1-2 yin. You feel me? Go holler at their people. What's up? I'm just home temporarily. I'll be back. Nobody was unalive, girl. Nothing. Girl, them niggas is just out trying to get them a little something real quick and go before they go back in. That's it. These niggas walking up and down Bourbon Street. Not even when it's lit. These niggas walking up Bourbon Street 6 in.m. when ain't nobody. Listen, if you ever been on Bourbon Street, there's only a very small window of time when ain't nobody out there. And I'm going to say about 5:30, 6 a.m. till about 7. That's it. It seemed like that's around the time these niggas walking up and down Bourbon Street. Them niggas ain't out there to commit no crimes. Them niggas about to go like the boy who popped the perk. Let me see if I can find him. Girl, you should have seen the boy who popped the perk. The boy went live with his baby mama and his family. You can't make this shit up. The boy went live with his baby mama and his family, and it was like, ooh, my nigga off a perk. And the nigga was going, man, what's up? What's ham? You heard me? What's ham with you? You heard me? Yeah, I'm outside right quick. You feel me? Just chilling. What's ham with you? You know, nigga just trying to stay out the way. You feel me? You know, nigga ain't really talking about nothing. Nigga just outside right quick. Hi, nigga just trying to chill. And I'm over here saying, nigga, you are wanted. Are you okay? Is everything okay? What are you talking about? You just chilling. No, nigga, you should just be running. What? Girl, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. The nigga was really outside chilling. Talking about, oh yeah, man, I'm just outside right quick, you heard me? Yeah, bro, I'm just out right quick, you heard me? Nigga ain't really talking about nothing. Nigga ain't really on nothing. Nigga really just outside chilling, you heard me? You know, nigga trying to see what's popping, you heard me? We outside in the street, got my little brother right here, my little sister over there, got my mom over there, just pop me a perk. You feel me? Nigga ain't trying to talk about nothing, dude, man. What's down with you, dude? What's down with your bitch? What's up, man? Nigga outside right quick before they go back inside. You know what I'm saying? I said, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. You literally can't make it up. I want to find that video of the boy who was outside popping a perk with his family. I'm going to find that video. I couldn't believe it. I should have believed it. But I couldn't at some point. I just couldn't. I couldn't believe these dudes would do something like that. Now, here's the number of Crime Stoppers in case you people get the call or y'all see somebody. But let me tell y'all something. Please, if you can, please, can we please turn Jermaine in last? I'm not saying don't turn him in. But what I'm saying is they got people who got a lot to lose on this parlay. Now, I'm not in on the parlay. I don't gamble. But I understand how bad things have been going. If you can, if y'all out here with the Crime Stoppers, please make sure all the other ones was turned in first before y'all turn in Jermaine. Okay? Please, Lord, they got a lot of people riding on this. People done went through their income tax. They ain't got no more money. If you can, spare Jermaine, please. You know what we want for Jermaine? Y'all remember at the end of Set It Off when Jada Pinkett got on that bus with the Mexicans? Y'all remember that? And y'all remember she hurry up and put the hat on her head so the people won't see her when she had the braids. Y'all remember the bob braids? And she hurry up and sat in the corner. And she looked out the window, and as she looked out the window, they had what's the lady name? They had what's that lady name? Girl. Not Stoney. Stoney was her character. They had the girl who was with 50 Cent, girl. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Vivica, Frankie. Is that her name, Frankie? Vivica. Remember they had Vivica outside, girl? And this we want Jermaine to be Stoney. We want Jermaine to be Jada Pinkett character. Let Jermaine get on the bus and do like this. And remember when Stoney looked out the window, this is gonna be Jermaine. When Stoney looked out the window and they played the music, day after day, seems like I'm up against the crowd. And she hurry up and grabbed the blicky and said, what's the fucking procedure when you got a gun to your head? Remember that? Put a one in the chat if you remember that when Frankie told that to the white man. To the white man who let her live when they popped her brother upside the head. Y'all remember that? Well, he let Stoney live. That's why he didn't say nothing when Stoney got on the bus. But look, when she said, what's the fucking procedure when you got a gun to your head? And the white man was just like, and then she tried to run and they popped her. And remember, Stoney was like, and remember the white man who saw Stoney through the window, he was just like, y'all remember Stoney put the hat up real slow. She couldn't believe it. Stoney had the hat on, and she heard the pow. She went, and then when she opened her eyes, You feel what I'm saying? That's how we want Jermaine, if we can. If again, this could be a concerted effort. You don't have to say your name. I don't want nobody to get in trouble. But if we can we get Jermaine to be let go off the bus to Mexico with the hat on? Because I feel like I don't know nothing about Jermaine. However, something tells me that he deserves his freedom. Plus, a lot of people's money is riding on this. So if we can, please, let's get Jermaine on the bus. Let him pop. Who else? Let me see who on here. Let him pop one of the other boys. But let Jermaine go. We got a parlay going, and the people got a lot counted on this. Okay, so yeah, if you're in New Orleans, if you're visiting, if you be around there, if you're from there, if you live there, and you see any of these boys, please let Jermaine live if you can. Please let Jermaine live. I don't know what Jermaine did. Let me see what Jermaine did. Somebody said, what did Jermaine do? Jermaine Donald, what did you do? I don't know. He probably sold a little drugs. He looked like he sold drugs. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, it hurts in the long run, but for the most part, he all right. He probably sold a little something on the side. You know what I'm saying? It was just Orleans Parish Jail. He gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? All them niggas is Acorn. Most of them niggas, I want to say all them niggas is Acorn. There's a lot of Acorn in New Orleans, so we ain't got to worry about who they is and whatnot, or whatever the case may be. Most of them niggas is Acorn. You feel what I'm saying? But ultimately, yeah, I done lost my place. It don't matter. Let's move on. I can't find, when I find that video, I'm gonna put it up tomorrow. When I find that video of the boy in the hood popping a perk, just happy that he out for the little bit of time, girl, y'all gonna lose your mind. It was funny. You got to be there. But anyway, Annabelle done came, plantations done burned down, niggas breaking out of jail, 7 of them niggas still on the loose, 2 of them on Bourbon Street, 3 of them was caught. I don't know what's going on. Y'all, let's just keep the parlay alive. At the very least, let's just keep the parlay alive. Now, I want to get into what we're here for, and that's the Diddy situation. Is that everything? Yeah, let's get into this Diddy trial. All right, you guys. We're on another day of the Diddy trial, guys. And let's go over what we got so far. So, last week, we were able to see that Cassie testified on the trial. We got to see another angle, another view of the Cassie situation. And what we're seeing is, as it pertains to Cassie, it was much more to the story than we were told. At the end of the day, Cassie was more, in my opinion, of a participant than a victim. Yes, she was a victim to an extent, but I feel like Cassie took her victimhood up to participant and willing participant at that. And that was a lot for me. So now a lot of people showed up to the trial. Before we get more into the Cassie situation, Misa showed up to the trial, and she said she only showed up to support her son. Girl, your son 38 years old. He didn't need you to show up. Talking about you a mother first. Girl, bye. Let me tell you something, and I found this to be very, very odd. It's a lot of fake ass people around. And you know what? I'm gonna be completely honest. Let this be a lesson to y'all. It's a lot of people gonna only be around you just because of what you have. Because everybody that's jumping ship, everybody that's finally got something to say, and I've been saying this, I feel like if you ain't been saying it, I'm not really here for you right now. And Misa had done dragged Diddy down to the ground. Remember when her son was arrested or detained when they raided the home in Miami, I believe it was. Remember, she came on here and went off on Diddy and was like, I should have never left my son with you. Wait till it all comes out. Now all of a sudden she's showing up one leg to the trial, and you on here talking about you supporting your son. Bitch, your son 38 years old. He don't need you physically there. I'm pretty sure he can handle it. It ain't like your son is a teenager. Why is you here, Ike? Why is you here? Shouldn't you be fighting Mary? But see, a lot of people be fake. A lot of people be fake. A lot of people do whatever it is that the crowd is doing. A lot of people just be fake. Misa Hilton says she showed up to Diddy's sex trafficking trial to support their son, Justin. Claimed she wanted to heal from her injury in private. I'm a mother first. Girl, if you was a mother first, you wouldn't have let him go live with that nigga. But that's a whole nother story. Misa took to her social media to address why she's been seen at Puffy's sex trafficking trial. She claimed she initially wanted to heal from her injury in private, but after her son Justin told her he needed her, so she showed up to support Walker and all. Misa says she's a mother first. What are your thoughts? So, okay, Justin asked her to show up. She says, yes, I'm good, everyone. I'm on my healing journey. Let me go to the next slide because it'll show it. Yes, I'm good, everyone. I'm on my healing journey. When I suffered my injury, I was chosen to heal privately. But when my son said, Mommy, I need you, I was right there for him, Walker and all. I'm a mother first for real, and I'm my son's strength, and that's just what it is. Plain and simple. Whoever doesn't understand that just simply isn't in alignment with me or anything that I'm about in life. I'm cool with that. I have a purpose-filled life that I live daily. I make impact. I'm not concerned with insecure people attempting to project their insecurities onto me ever. Let's start being real. People who do this, who do real things again. Let's start being real people who do real things again. Don't let this app rule your life. I promise you it's really not good for you. Every moment isn't a glamour moment. Your best highlight reel. Some moments are as down to the bone as you could ever in your life imagine, layered and complex. To all my temporarily disabled and disabled people, don't ever be ashamed of your condition. What? Or the need to use the medical tools created to assist you in your healing or the way you need to move around in this world. If you have God in your heart, pray for us all. Be kind. Use critical thinking and hold your head up high. Love always, Misa, a.k.a. Jamie Summers, the realest on any team. P.S. It took me everything in my soul to not turn into Pac, leaving the courtroom outside of the courthouse. If you know, you know. This is what Misa had to say. And that's her. Right there. Now, I don't know what the injury was, what caused her leg to be injured, but ultimately she said her son asked and she showed up. Now, honestly, if her son asked and she showed up, then I ain't got nothing to say about that. But I don't know. To me, it's giving clout because you was just cursing Diddy out. You was just cursing Diddy out. Now, all of a sudden, you showing up for your son. Either way, that's Misa showing up to support Justin and Justin showing up to support Diddy. Girl, it's a lot. I also wanted to talk to you guys about you saw his daughters, the twins went to the prom. They went to the prom today and they went with black guys. I love that. Look, so Diddy's daughters went to the prom. They looked amazing. Hold on. It was the dresses were age appropriate. It wasn't too much. They wasn't on here looking like slut buckets. They actually looked amazing. I think I have better pictures. Hold on my Twitter. Hold on one second. They looked amazing. I loved this for them. 1 second. I thought I had better pictures. I thought I did. Let me see. If not, we can go find them. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Get the likes up on the video. All right. I want to show y'all some of the photos from the girls' prom. They looked gorgeous. They look just like their mama. When I tell you these girls look just like their mama, they look like they daddy too. They got all of this for Diddy. All of this, the way they shape, they face shape, you know what I'm saying? Or nothing like that. They got all of this for Diddy, but they look aesthetically like their mama, in my opinion. They're beautiful girls as their mothers were. I'm sorry. But this is the girls. These are the guys that they went to prom with. Look at them, beautiful. They look like little models. They literally look like little models. They look, boy, Diddy got some strong genes, bro. Beautiful girls. Beautiful, 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 beautiful girls. Hold on. I love the dress. Very classic, very chic. You know what I mean? Like, they did their big one on that. I thought I saw some more photos. I think we saw those. And you know what's crazy? I can recall the game's 14-year-old daughter going to their Sweet 16, and the game's 14-year-old daughter looked older than them. Because remember, everybody was just like, oh, wow, like, you really going to let your 14-year-old daughter be like this and look dressed old and da-da-da-da. Oh, they do model? Great, great, great. But this is all about parenting. They still look modest. They still look gorgeous. They still look beautiful, and they're not naked. They don't have to be naked to be beautiful. I love this. I love this. They look gorgeous, and I hope they had a great time at their prom. I really do. I really and truly do. I hope those girls had an amazing time. Prom ain't all that's what it seemed, but if you miss it, you feel like you missed the world. So shout out to those girls for going to their prom. Now, I wanted to get into, hold on, do I have anything else over here really quickly to get into? Oh, girl, let's get into Dawn and why we're here. So Dawn Richards, or Richard, they say that's what she changed her name to. Dawn came on the stand Friday. Let's get into Dawn. Dawn came on stand Friday, and Dawn was set to testify against Diddy. Now, Dawn was in Danity Kane. She was in the group. Actually, I want to make this clear as well. Dawn physically came out here and told us, that she knew Diddy prior to making the band. Not only did she know Diddy, she was supposed to be signed to Diddy, and Diddy told her, in order to get signed, you need to come through on the show. So she knew that she was going to get a record deal with Diddy prior to even coming on the show. As a matter of fact, she also knew that she would make the band because they had already had some type of goings and dealings outside of this. She the one from New Orleans. She is the girl who stayed also when Aubrey was kicked out. Dawn and the girl Kalina, the weird looking girl, those two were the ones that he made dirty money with. I don't know if y'all remember, but Cassie was a part of Dirty Money, or either she did music with Dirty Money for a very short period of time. But he was trying to make Dirty Money a thing once the band, Danity Kane, fell apart. Dawn is one of those behind the scene girls. Dawn been knew Diddy. Dawn and Diddy's relationship was been supposed to pop off. It just so happened he pushed her through the band way. Remember? Okay, cool. So Dawn was set to testify on Friday. Dawn get on the stand, and Dawn's testimony is that she was a witness to Cassie being beaten by Diddy. Nah, not a bad deal. The problem is Cassie has not spoken about the incident that Dawn claims she witnessed. Dawn says that she witnessed Diddy asking Cassie to prepare some food. Somebody say eggs, I'm not sure. And when Cassie didn't prepare the eggs correctly, Diddy took a black frying pan and smashed Cassie across the head with it, according to Dawn. The problem with the defense is saying, how in the hell can she testify to something that even Cassie isn't saying that happened? So Dawn is giving us an experience that only Dawn remembers, according to the defense. Kalina, who was another person, according to Dawn, that witnessed it, came out and said, girl, I ain't see nothing. I didn't share it. I told you my interactions with Diddy was all positive. I ain't had no issues with nobody. I didn't share it. This is what Kalina is saying. Mind you, Dawn is saying the only reason I'm saying this is because me and Kalina was there. Cassie didn't say that this happened, and rumor has it, allegedly, they say, I didn't say it, this is all alleged. They say Cassie's not corroborating Dawn's claim because Cassie and Dawn be beefing. They say allegedly Cassie don't rock with Dawn. Allegedly. I'm just telling y'all what they said. They said Cassie do not rock with Dawn. As a matter of fact, they say Cassie would rather act like it didn't happen than to even help Dawn in any way. Mind you, Dawn has her own specific lawsuit against Diddy for violence. So some of y'all might wonder, why would Dawn even testify? Well, if Diddy is convicted here, this helps Dawn's case. Okay? So with that being said, they're saying the reason that Cassie won't recount this thing or this situation or corroborate what Dawn is saying is because Cassie don't rock with her at all. And remember, it would make sense because Cassie has been trying to get a career since she met Diddy. Now you're going to go take these hoes, these two leftovers from Danity Kane and make a new group called Dirty Money? I wouldn't like the bitch neither. Okay? So that's the rumors. That's allegedly why Cassie is not corroborating what Dawn is saying. Now, why is this important? Because Dawn can't come on here and tell it's not going to look good for Dawn, and it's going to help Diddy if Dawn is the only person who recalls this incident. You, as Dawn, are coming on here telling us about a time where Diddy popped Cassie upside the head with a frying pan, and you the only one remember. Hell, the person who got popped don't even remember, according to testimony. Okay? So this is why Friday, they were like, get Dawn up out of here. She is adding a bunch of fuel to the fire. She's pointless. She's making stuff up, putting stuff out of the air. None of this stuff that she's talking about can be corroborated. Get her up out of here. This is what the defense was saying about Dawn on Friday. Well, it turns out Dawn was still able to testify on today because now on Monday, they go to asking Dawn, well, okay, girl, Dawn, tell us the story. What did you see? Turns out Dawn ain't seen nothing. She heard Diddy hit Cassie over the head with the frying pan. Girl, you know what that's telling me right then and there? So you went from you seen it to you heard, and can't nobody else corroborate, girl. This is the type of tease it's giving me.
It's survival. I guess somebody lied. Smells like somebody lied.
Girl, what is going on with you?
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
This is some real spill. And I really want answers to this question. This is some real spill. If Dawn, let's say Dawn is telling the truth, because we don't put nothing as far as violence as it pertains to Diddy. We've seen how he physically beat Cassie. So as far as violence, we don't put nothing past Diddy. So for lack or for sake of argument, let's say I believe Dawn. I believe that he asked Cassie, of all people, to make him some food, and he got people that he cooked professionally, but neither here nor there. Let's believe that he asked Cassie to make him some food. Food didn't come out right, and he popped Cassie upside the head. Why would you come on here and say you saw it and then turned around and said you heard it? Did you see it or no? And if you didn't see it, why didn't you say that from the beginning? You, Dawn, are messing up the case. I've said this a million times before. Diddy belongs in prison. Diddy belongs there. He's not where he doesn't belong. Diddy has done so much bad and so much ignorant and horrible stuff to people. Diddy belongs in jail. But the way y'all are going about it is really helping him more than hurting him. Dawn, how does your story change from Friday to Monday? You went from Friday saying you saw it to Monday saying I heard it. So did it happen or no? The jury, if I'm on the jury right now, I'm not listening to what Dawn talking about because you can't get your story straight. Mind you, Diddy is on trial for racketeering, sex trafficking. Something in the milk here ain't clean. Something in the milk here is just not clean. Dawn is not helping the situation. And people who are Team Cassie, a lot of those people are getting frustrated because they feel like, bruh, you are making things worse. As bad enough they had the windmill with their head down while Cassie was on the stand. Now here you come. This is a good question, Monique. Great question. How did she hear a black frying pan? There you go. There you go. How could she hear a black frying pan? I'm sorry. Put yourself in the mind of a juror. You're the person who's here to decide if Diddy is accused of sex trafficking in a RICO. And let me say this. A lot of people saying, but Diddy's not on the trial. No, I'm sorry. Cassie's not on trial and Dawn is not on trial. Why they not on trial? Why they not on trial? Who told y'all that Cassie and Dawn is not on trial? Y'all have bumped y'all heads. The moment you are subpoenaed and you get up on that stand and you say whatever it is you say, the other side has a right to cross-examine you. Right then and there, you are on trial. Your testimony is on trial. Who told y'all that Dawn and Cassie was not on trial? Once you give a testimony and you go into cross-examination, in my opinion, you on trial. Because we're trying to get either prove that what you're saying is true or we're trying to prove what you're saying is false. Either way, your testimony and you in the moment are on trial. Granted, the trial isn't about you altogether, but you specifically, yes, you are on trial. With Cassie giving her story about what happened in her perspective or from her perspective, Cassie then went on trial by Diddy's attorneys because now their job is to set out and prove that what she's saying is not true. And in that instance, Cassie is on trial. Granted, the trial is about Diddy, but in that specific instance, Cassie is on trial. It's the same thing with Dawn. Dawn came on here and said some wild stuff that she saw Diddy hit Cassie in the face with a black frying pan. Now, we all seen Cassie. If Cassie was hit with anything in her face, you know it. A hand, you know it. But according to the thing, this girl said she saw Diddy hit her in the face with a doggone frying pan, then came back and said she heard it. At the moment, Dawn is on trial. At the moment. In the moment, Dawn is on trial. Because you don't just get to come up here and say what you want without being challenged. Okay? But in my opinion, I think Dawn is not helping the situation. I think what Dawn is doing, in my opinion, I'm going to be completely honest. I think Dawn is helping Dawn. Dawn is going to get on this stand and say whatever Dawn needs to say to help Dawn in her lawsuit with Diddy. I think Dawn don't give a damn about Cassie. I think Dawn at the time, like anybody else in any other situation, was worried about Dawn. I think Dawn has always, as she should. Dawn is worried about Dawn. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But to make it on here like, oh, we were just trying to do this for Cassie because, oh my God, we couldn't believe it. Cap, this is all for you, Dawn, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But don't make pretend like this is for you to help out Cassie. I thought I had a video. Oh, so here's an old video. This is allegedly. Well, before I get to this video, let's play what Lauren LaRosa had to say about the Dawn situation in the Diddy trial, because she's there at the trial as well, along with Mims, Armand Wiggins, and all these other folks. So she has a front row seat.
There's an argument about how you say the last name. Back in court this week, the second big testimony that the teams are looking forward to going against is Dawn Richard. Now, Dawn Richard started to testify.
Previously, Dawn Richards.
Previously, Dawn Richards. There's an argument about how you say the last name. Richard, Dawn formerly of Danny DeCane, and she came on the stand after Cassie finished her testimony, and literally was there for maybe 20 minutes, and Diddy's team immediately started objecting to her testimony. Now, the reason why they are objecting is because they're trying to say he literally said in court, Diddy's attorney, that everything Dawn is saying is a lie, and it makes no sense that they allow people who have these random stories of what allegedly happened physical violence wise to get on the stand, because this isn't a domestic violence case. Now, the judge or the government.
And that's big. That's very important. Can I say this too? I wish this was a domestic violence case, because Diddy would be locked up and put away by now. I wish this was a domestic violence case, because Diddy would be locked up and put away by now. This is a RICO case. DV ain't nowhere in this. What the media is doing is getting you emotionally charged by showing you other things that have nothing to do with, very little to do with why he's on trial, and getting you to make your decision from that. If this was a domestic violence case, it would be open and shut. We're done. But unfortunately, it's not. And unfortunately, they could show y'all 1,000 videos of Diddy popping Cassie head between the washing machine and dryer. It still won't matter as it pertains to the sex trafficking and the racketeering. It just doesn't. Yeah, it helps with character witness. Yeah, it helps with describing the person and what they're capable of. But as it pertains to the facts, it does nothing. It does nothing. Like I say, I wish it was a DV case. It should be a DV case in there. But remember, you can't have your cake and eat it too. According to like most people saying, Cassie is not on trial. So if Cassie is not on trial, if he popped upside the head, then according for the case, it doesn't really matter. You see what I'm saying? I believe Diddy is a distraction as well, without a doubt.
Government is like, well, honestly, if we're talking about violence, it adds to count one. It adds to us being able to talk about the coercion and Diddy being able to basically allegedly like scare people into allowing him to do what he wanted to do. So
because they said one thing Dawn said is after she saw Diddy beat Cassie the next day,
he came in the room
and threatened her.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Dawn is testifying that exactly what she talked about in her civil suit. In addition to some other things that they were in a house in LA in 2009. Diddy beat Cassie because Cassie wasn't finished allegedly making his food on time. And the next day he came in the room to talk to her and her band member. And he basically told them, alleges that he told them, don't say anything. What y'all saw up there was passion. And when people say stuff about things like this about me, they end up missing. That is what Dawn is alleging. So the government is like,
remember, this is for Dawn's own lawsuit. Dawn has her own civil suit that says that basically she witnessed Cassie being beat by Diddy. And then the next day he called them in there and said, hey, her and the rest of Danny DeCane that won't corroborate this. He called them in there and was like, yo, what you seen yesterday? Yeah, just forget about that. Because typically people who start talking, they come up missing. Mind you, Dawn the only one saying this, but she's saying everybody was with her. So she's adding that, but this helps her personal civil suit, because this is what she's alleging in her personal civil suit. So her coming in to testify on behalf of Cassie, in my opinion, is just to help her own personal case. This don't have nothing to do with Cassie. And I believe Cassie don't like Dawn, and I believe Dawn don't like Cassie. I believe that. Without a doubt.
definitely relevant because it'll show that, number one, he was conscious of guilt. Conscious of what we're trying to prove is that he knows what he's doing, but he allegedly like makes people feel scared so that they will just continue to let him do what he wants to do. So today, Monday, people were wondering if Dawn is going to get back on the stand. The judge said when he dismissed Dawn, you can enjoy your weekend, but we will see you on Monday. And today they will have a conversation about what the scope of her testimony can be, how much she can go into and how it relates to the actual charges. But the judge, I'm gonna tell you, he was upset. He was pissed off at Diddy's attorney because he was like, you've known that she was one of the witnesses all this time, and you knew what the scope of her testimony was going to be.
Right.
Yeah, why you didn't say something before? And Diddy's attorney was like, well, we can't say that we knew what she was going on the stand and get on the stand to say. So there was a back and forth
But
about
it should be
that.
the questions, though. It should be the questions. The prosecutor's answering the questions. She just can't get on the stand and just say whatever. She has to answer the questions coming from the prosecutor.
Yeah, but it's directed. Like you ask certain questions because you want to get certain things from her. So Diddy's team is basically saying y'all are unfairly adding additional conversation about the violence and not about what we're actually here for. But they're saying the violence equals to what we're here for.
I understand that, but also she filed a civil suit, so they do know what she's going to probably say on the stand.
Now, and on the terms of the civil suit, the same day that she got on the stand, Diddy's team filed to have that civil suit thrown out. They filed the documents on Friday, and they pointed out a series of reasons that Dawn's lawsuit shouldn't go any further. They talk about statute of limitations, improper group pleas, and on and on. It's like really legalese, but basically, because of what I heard Diddy's attorney say in court, they just feel like everything she's saying is a lie and that she's allegedly jumping on a bandwagon of like, everybody's piling on Diddy, so let me hop on.
Ooh. I'm going to be honest, y'all. I'm going to be completely honest. I believe that. So Diddy's team is trying to throw out Dawn's lawsuit. They started that process on Friday saying that it's baseless and it's all lies. See, it's hard. What's hard is when you don't have nobody to corroborate it. You got to keep in mind, this is just my opinion from what I witnessed in Danity Kane back in the day. This is what I witnessed when I watched the show and I watched how the careers went moving forward. I'm going to be completely honest. That Dawn and Kalina girl didn't give a mother pluck about Aubrey and them white girls getting kicked out of that damn group. They didn't care. They didn't give a damn. As a matter of fact, they made sure they distanced themselves when it came to Aubrey. And I believe that they were just fine with being dirty money, right behind Diddy. Send a lady on the ball, then won't give me my prize. 25 on the band, I be stunting on the head, and he making it non-stop. Is that your boyfriend feeling on your groupie? You know you want it. Come on now, y'all know I know all the songs. I believe that they was just fine. They had their own little smaller group. They had their own. Kalina wasn't in the group. She sure wasn't. Because I'm going to be honest. She wasn't. She wasn't in the group. My bad. Let me take that back. Let me retract that. Kalina wasn't in the group. You know how I know that? Because Diddy wouldn't have chose her because she wasn't as pretty as he thought she would have been. You feel what I'm saying? So you're right. Kalina wasn't in the group. I forgot where he picked her up from. Okay? I forgot where he picked her up from, but you're right. She wasn't in the group. My bad. Let me retract that. Kalina wasn't in the group. So really the only one he kept was Dawn. Mind you, Dawn had her own relationship with Diddy prior to the band, to Danity Kane. It's giving buyer's remorse. It's giving what the attorneys are saying. Girl, you just jumping on a bandwagon. It's giving, girl, you just jumping on a bandwagon. It's giving, girl, you see an opportune time to get your coin and you jumping in there. So I believe the defense when they like, yo, this girl just making stuff up and she don't have nobody to back her up. She don't.
The whole money conversation, like all that stuff. So
I always said Dawn and his ex-manager James Cruz would be the biggest people in that court, right? Because Cassie has a relationship with him, right? Cassie was allegedly part of a lot of the stuff that he was doing, but these two individuals weren't. So they are seeing from an eye's perspective because they were.
That's not true. That is not true. Dawn was with Diddy and knew Diddy before making the band. Dawn Ben knew Diddy. Ben was supposed to sign with Diddy long before making the band popped off. She had a personal relationship. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Girl, watch out. Dawn been rocking with Diddy. So Dawn don't have no different perspective of it's different for me because I don't have a dog in a fight. Bull crap. She been knowing Diddy. She been rocking with Diddy. Let me see if I can find that video. Boy, if I can find that video with Dawn talking about how she been, we played it on this channel. I wonder if I could pull it. Can you search on Twitter? Can you search your own page on Twitter? Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. We spoke about it on this channel. Dawn been knowing Diddy. It's given, I don't like my cut. It's given, I don't like my cut. Let me see. Let me share this and I'll come back and read this because I want to get into her lawsuit too. Remind you, the girl Kalina is not corroborating this. None of this. Only 2 days later, while Miss Ventura was still okay. That's her lawsuit. Damn it. I hate that I can't. I'm going to find it. Dawn been knew Diddy. So I don't think that Dawn, here go to Miss Danity Kane. As Dirty Money. Y'all remember this? Y'all remember this? This is them as Dirty Money. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. And I think that this is bad because it's affecting people. Let me tell you something. With this Dawn situation, in my opinion, I think that Dawn is there to hurt the trial. Dawn don't have a leg to stand on her own. Dawn don't have a leg to stand on her own. Dawn outlasted the rest of those girls and stuck around Diddy and stuck with Diddy and wouldn't even help out her other bandmates when it was time. Now all of a sudden, Cassie get this money. Here come Dawn with a lawsuit. It's given. There's something very. What do you say? There's something very not genuine about Dawn. There's something not genuine about her. And the why she's here. And this is why Cassie, and you know what? Cassie seemed like she could be a dirty girl to be like, you know what? I'd rather say it didn't happen than to watch you get anything. You see what I'm saying? Ooh, I remember her from Love and Hip Hop. I sure did. I remember Kalina. She was only on there for like a little bit. She wasn't on there long. She married, ain't she? Ain't Kalina married? I remember her. She wasn't on that long, but she was on there. I think Dawn is hurting the case, you guys. I don't think Dawn will help this situation. I truly don't. Let's finish off with that yellow boy had to say.
Weren't part of the, freak offs.
Yeah,
allegedly.
But don't
an eyes perspective as opposed to what, a nose?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So boom. Basically, that's what's happening with the Dawn Diddy situation. Basically, Dawn is over there messing stuff up, in my opinion. Now, I did want to show y'all, this was some proof, allegedly proof, of Dawn's recollection. So now people are saying this is the day that Dawn was referring to. According to what the people is saying, they're saying this is the day that Dawn alleges Cassie got beat. And she stuck around with Cassie as they went out on the town and whatever. You're going to see it in this video. And you can see Cassie kind of looking a little down and out. But Dawn is saying this was the day. And Kalina is in the car with them. She's alleging that this was the day it all happened. But let me tell you something. It won't matter if the victim don't say it happened. Let's check it out. Let me turn the volume down a little bit. I don't know if that music gonna get me copyrighted. Here's Cassie. I want to say that's either Kalina or Dawn, but there's Cassie right here. This is allegedly the day in question. That's Kalina. You see? That's Kalina. That's Cassie in the back, not saying nothing. That's Diddy.
Yo, Diddy, my man Joce said you was inspiration. Yo, Diddy, my man Joce said you was inspiration. Can I get you to give him a shout out, please? Uncle Diddy, you don't remember me from Twitter? I'm Gabriel's Beyonce. What's up? What's up? Yes, Uncle Diddy, yeah! Diddy, can I get a beat? Hey, Dirty Money Girl, say what up?
So that was them three in the back right there. Hold on. This them three in the back. When he say Dirty Money Girl, say what's up.
Girl, say what up.
Dawn, Kalina, Cassie. Okay? That's the three. And the guy said, Dirty Money Girl, say what's up. It was given to me, now that I know what I know, it's giving me that he was going to create Cassie's celebrity or her career around Dawn and Kalina. He was probably going to make Cassie the main girl because she light-skinned and let Kalina and Dawn do all the vocals. That's what it's given to me. But this is all three of them in the back of the Jeep.
Dawn, when you go solo, I want to do you gotta do it like Beyonce. You gotta do it like Beyonce and kill it. You gotta kill it. I'm ready. I'm ready for that album though. Dirty Money, Dawn. Dawn, you know Dirty Money City. Dirty Money. Me?
How you been?
I'm good, man. I'm solo now.
Girl, this is not funny, but Cassie in the back of that seat looking like she's scared to go home. Like her mama said, when you get your ass home, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Look at Cassie. Cassie looks scared than a bitch. I ain't gonna lie. Cassie looks scared, huh? Don't Cassie look scared? Cassie ain't open her mouth. Cassie. Now, according to what they're saying, allegedly, this is the day that Dawn was with Cassie, and they say she got the glasses on. They say because yep, and her head is shaved. Yes, Joe, it is. And they saying that she got the glasses on because Diddy had them popped across the face with the frying pan. But my thing is, she would have had to cover her whole face if she'd have got popped with a frying pan, huh? Is it just me? But Cassie looked like she terrified. I ain't gonna lie. She do. She looks scared. She either looks scared or she just look like she just high and chilling or something.
How
you been?
I'm good, man. I'm solo now. Come on. Last train to Paris.
Last train
to Paris, though?
Last train to Paris, Dirty Money all day. We don't like
Cassie,
our money.
must be well.
Girl, look at Cassie. Look at Cassie.
Cassie, must be well.
Do it look like she got beat up, y'all? Y'all think? Put a 1 in the chat if you think Cassie got beat up right here. Put a 2 in the chat if you think she didn't. I'm just trying to see something. It looked like she might have got beat up though. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Put a 1 in the chat if you think Cassie quiet because she got her ass whooped. Put a 2 in the chat if you think she just, you don't think. I don't know. Because she's very quiet. She looks sickly. Well, she was high as the cost of living 24/7, allegedly.
Electro love. Electro love.
What up? I'm gonna do a show.
When? Next week, this year is our 25th anniversary. Look at this.
Hey, Diddy, P20 TV, shout it out. P20 TV. All day.
Uncle Sean, Uncle Sean. It's Uncle Sean, Uncle Sean.
Okay, Dizzle said she was rolling. I ain't gonna lie, they did used to be looking like that. Hey, who remember back when people used to be rolling off them blue dolphins and all that stuff? They did used to be looking like that in the car. Listen, my friends used to always pop them bitches. Well, not always, but I had a group of friends after Katrina. This is when the X started really popping off. After Katrina, I remember I went to Houston to go meet them hoes. You feel what I'm saying? And all them hoes, ooh, bitch, you gotta get on this. You gotta get on that. I said, no, bitch, I'm gonna just smoke my little green or whatever. But I ain't gonna lie. I remember they was in there, all of them popped their little blue dolphins, their little pills or whatever, and all of them was in the back row and looking like this. They was in the back row and looking like this. You had to be there. If you ain't never watched nobody roll, then you don't know what I'm talking about. They was looking like this. Now I don't know if Cassie is rolling. We gonna go with the move. We gonna go with the move and say she got her ass whipped. I just don't think a frying pan was hit across the head because glasses wouldn't be able to cover that scar. That's my only pushback. If she was really hit with a frying pan, them little bitty glasses wouldn't be able to cover the scar. So again, remember, this girl done went from I saw it to I heard it. But mind you, this whole lawsuit, this whole testimony helps her lawsuit. I feel like Dawn lying. If I'm a juror, and this is allegedly, if this is the day that they say that this popped off, I don't see her being hit in a frying pan across the face. And Cassie ain't on here saying that it happened. And Kalina was like, girl, I don't remember none of that. I don't know what you got going on. If I'm in the jury, or if I'm a juror, Dawn, please go away from me with this. Go away from me with this. If I'm on the jury. Girl, look, listen, let me tell y'all something. The funnest thing is to be sober around people who rolling. If you listen, I used to just smoke my little weed because that's the only drug I ever did in my life. Lord knows. I don't even take Tylenols and ibuprofens, and they prescribe me some ibuprofens for my mouth, and I don't even take that, girl. I don't do drugs. I'm not really big on drugs, and I don't think weed is a drug. Okay, but back in the gap. Do you listen? I'm already a people watcher, and I already pay attention to everything. Can you imagine me high on weed and I'm really watching? Girl, everybody, I'm talking about even my sister-in-law, she used to be driving and rolling. Girl, everybody looked at like Cassie. Everybody in the car. We went to a club in Houston. Everybody in the car was looking like Cassie. I swear to God. The whole car. And I'm just sitting back smoking and blowing like, bitch. And they over here talking about, bro, I'm telling you, bro, like, you don't know. And I'm just sitting there like, bitch. Pass the gall. Because you know when they get the rolling, their tolerance go high. If you wasn't there, you don't know. When they get the rolling, their tolerance go high. They could smoke and drink to infinity and beyond. Do you hear me? Oh, yeah. See, back in the day when rolling was rolling, you could pop one of them and you could smoke and drink to infinity and beyond. And I had about, this is back in the day, I used to roll about 4 or 5 gauze, and there's 3 of us. Bitch, I had them gauze going. Do you hear me? I had them bitches rotating like the damn equator. Do you hear me? I had them bitches rotate. And them hoes was in the car looking just like Cassie. I made sure them hoes dropped me off though after the club. Because if you know about rolling, you know what happens after you get in the club. You get it? Yeah, bitch, drop me off. Yes, ma'am. Ain't going to the after party. Ain't no freak offs over here, baby. Drop me off. I got my own personal freak off. You get it? I done already set my little freak off up. Drop me off to my car. You feel me? See, this is back in the day when you didn't have to worry about getting pulled over for DUI for smoking weed like that. They ain't care about all that. Long as you wasn't drinking, it was cool. You feel what I'm saying? Drop me off to my vehicle. I've been in contact with my freak off. I got to be dropped off. You get it? Nigga said Cassie look like she rolling. I don't know. I'm just telling y'all how it used to be back in the early 2000s and how it used to look. And it did look like this. It did. It looked like this. It looked like this. It looked. But either way, now y'all recall the head shave on the side. Remember, Joce said that Diddy just made a bet that he would make her do it, and she did it, allegedly. Now, Joc is another one. Y'all sitting up here talking about where's Farnsworth Bentley, where's young Joce? Joc was around for a lot. Y'all forgot he was signed to Bad Boy South? Y'all forgot? Y'all forgot? Where is young Joc? He said he was there when Cassie shaved her head. Where is young Joc? Get him on the stand. Yay. Right, abundance and clarity. Jaceel, consult with your lawyer wife and get on up here and tell us what you saw. Yes, Jaceel, get up here. Yeah, you ain't know that, girl. Yes, Joc said he was there. Joc said they was in the studio, him and Puff, and he said he was like, I bet you I could make Cassie shave her head. If I remember the story right. And Joc was like, bullshit. He said he looked at Cassie and said, Cassie, you need to shave the side of your head bald. He said, and Cassie shaved the side of her head bald and had been walking around like that ever since. That's what Jaceel said. You forgot about Bad Boy South. Y'all forgot about Bad Boy South? Them boys in the hood sell everything for profit. 5-5 on the corner. Stop. Them boys got. Y'all forgot? Y'all forgot about boys in the hood? Come on now. Where y'all at? Were y'all there? Was I the only one there? Did y'all forget about boys in the hood? Bad Boy South? I didn't. I was there. I was there for Bad Boy South. Yeah, girl. Boys in the Hood, girl. Yes, ma'am. Get Jeezy on here. He was in Boys in the Hood. Jody Breeze. Get him up here. What you saw? Yeah, get them boys. Wasn't 2 Chainz in that? Am I mistaken? Was 2 Chainz in Boys in the Hood? Either way, get him on here too. I feel like he still know. Get him up here. Yes, Bad Boy South was a thing. They had people signed to Bad Boy South. Joc was one of the main ones signed to Bad Boy South. Once Joc did It's Going Down, Joc signed, I don't know if he did it, if he signed before It's Going Down or right after. Either way, Joc was signed to Bad Boy South. He saw Cassie get her head shaved, so that tells me he saw more than that. I'm just saying, but Cassie do look like she rolling. If you remember, if you was around for the early 2000s when the people was rolling, or if you rolled yourself, you know this how it used to look. I ain't gonna lie. I will say this though. The only thing I will say though, for real, all jokes, I don't see this being the day she was hit with a frying pan because those glasses wouldn't be able to cover that scar. Remember, a frying pan is big. Even if you got a small one. If Diddy took the frying pan, hot or cold, and popped her across the head or the face with it, we would see it. I don't think that that's this. I don't think that that's this. Now, he could have popped her before that. I don't know. But I don't think that that is this. Yeah, right, Sharika. And she light bright too. Girl, her whole side of her face would have been purple. You see what I'm saying? Her whole face would have turned purple. Light-skinned people bruise easy. Y'all know. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on. I know they're in trial right now behind the situation. Let me
in court this week.
Let me see if there's something else I want to show y'all really quickly. Okay, let's get into the details of what Dawn said happened. This is according to Megan Cuniff. It says Dawn Richards is back on the witness stand today in Sean Diddy Combs' criminal trial. On Friday, she told jurors about seeing Combs try to hit Cassie over the head with a cooking skillet in his home in Los Angeles in 2009. Miss Richards, this is the question. What, if anything, was Cassie doing in the kitchen? Answer, she was cooking breakfast. She was cooling eggs. Cooling eggs, like boiled eggs? Question, and you said she was cooking breakfast. What was she doing that at night? Answer, at night, yeah. Question, just to be clear, and where was Mr. Combs at that time? Answer, he was at the top level, the floor above us. Question, what did you observe Mr. Combs do? So they're asking Dawn, what did you see? She says he came downstairs angry and was saying, where the F was my eggs? Excuse my language. He was yelling or telling Cassie that that she never gets anything right, where the F is his food, and he proceeded to come over to her and took the skillet with the eggs in it and tried to hit her over the head with it, and she fell to the ground. Question, let me ask you a couple questions about that. And this is what she originally said, that she saw that he tried to hit Cassie over the head. Cassie fell to the ground. But now today, she's saying that she didn't see it, that she heard it. And she was cooling eggs. That's got to be clear, folks. Dawn, you from New Orleans. We don't cool. What we cooling eggs for? Only time I remember my mama cooling eggs was when we was trying to make Easter eggs and dye the eggs. And we was trying to put the stuff on the eggs. Girl, cooling eggs, what does that even mean? Put them in cold water? What? So I don't know, y'all. I literally do not know. All I know is that was her original testimony. And so far, what we got is something else. This is only the beginning, the very first day of week 2. We have 8 weeks of this trial. Week 1 is behind us. In my opinion, it doesn't look good for the prosecution, but this is only week 1 of an 8-week trial, 7 or 8 week trial. I'm not sure, or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, so far, this is what we have. Now, I'll come back tomorrow and we'll discuss what Dawn did today, because I'm not at the trial. So I'm behind. Okay? So I'll come back tomorrow and discuss what happened today as far as Dawn in the courtroom and whoever else testifies. Now, it's alleged that Cassie's mother is allegedly supposed to testify. I told y'all at the dollhouse, I know who ain't going to testify, Jonathan Oddie, because he knows too much and too many people going to get in trouble. Okay? So who knows who all else is set up to testify? We'll see. We'll see. Azure TV, thank you so much for the super chat. Didn't her baby daddy pay to get Pac deleted? But okay, Miss whatever. Yes, allegedly. Let's move on. Thank you, Azure TV. Miss Parker, thank you for being a member for 13 months. Diddy lawyer requested Dawn lawsuit be dismissed because Dawn signed a disclosure. Diddy suing Dawn now. What? Now, I think that it's smart that they request that Dawn's lawsuit be thrown out, simply because even if she didn't sign an NDA or not, she don't have nobody to prove what she's saying. You feel what I'm saying? So for that, yeah, she can go. I mean, that the lawsuit can go. So it makes sense. But I don't know if y'all believe Dawn. We'll see how it works out today. Hopefully she's not on all day. Hopefully they hurry up, get her in, get her out, and we can move on. But with that being said, y'all, I got to get off of here. This is kind of like a recap of last week and a little bit of intro to what's going on this week. We will be back tomorrow to discuss the trial. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all get the likes up on the video. I will catch y'all on the next one. We got Bad versus Wild. No, Bad Gone Wild and Baddies tonight. I have to watch it. I haven't watched it yet. So I will be putting those out tonight. Shout out to everybody in the building. And y'all keep your ears to the streets of this Diddy trial. If y'all get anything about this this plantation, please let me know. And also the Annabella doll, please let me know. If y'all get any information, send me an email at voodoodollpodcast@gmail.com. That's the easier way for me to get in touch with y'all. I haven't really been on Instagram like that much. So my apologies to anybody who hit me up on Instagram. I just got overwhelmed with the amount of DMs and I hadn't checked them. So I'm sorry. But if you really, really want to get in touch with me, voodoodollpodcast@gmail.com. Hit me up there. Love y'all down to the ground. Got to get off of here. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Love y'all. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go! It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.